All right, everybody. Cue the laughter. What a good introduction. So that's what happened last time. Oh, crap, did we start? So welcome to everybody to the second session of Art of the Roll. Today we have a couple of announcements to get through. Should be quick. The first big one is we actually have our first sponsor. It is Game Night. Sorry, almost forgot the name of the place. Game Night in South Florida. If you're in the area, you should check them out. They're in Coral Springs. They're actually, we're friends with the owner as well, and he's actually playing our stream live in his bar right now. If you go there, it's a bar/gaming hybrid place, and you can drink some alcohol, play some Smash Brothers, and other arcade-like games. So you should check it out if you're in South Florida.
Thank you,
on top
Game
of
Night.
that, on top of that, I have a quick commercial from them that I'll play. It's only about 30 seconds, so bear with me here. Here we go.
Yummy.
That's cool. So you should check them out if you're in South Florida. Also, we're not using StreamYards anymore. We're using now a Melon app, and so I'll put a link during the break. I'll put a link in the chat, and if you sign up using that link with Melon app, it actually helps out the stream. On top of that, I just want to mention that all the music that you hear on this stream comes from a Patreon person. His name's Ian. It's at Patreon tabletop. I think it's tabletop RPG music at Patreon. So you should check them out too if you're interested in that. I think that's all the announcements we have. So in that case, we can go ahead and get started. Woo! Anyways, got too excited.
Excellent.
I'll take it down a notch. Let's just go over quickly what happened last time, right? All of our players started out in the yawning portal around a table that was being shared. A fight broke out between the Xanathar Guild gang and the Zentarum Guild, also probably a gang, that was broken up, but then a troll appeared and attacked the tavern. After that was defeated, a certain Volo came up to you all and offered to get help from you to go look for his friend. That friend, its name was Floon, and after giving you a place to start, and just a reminder, Floon was well-dressed, wavy red blonde hair, and after you followed up on those clues, you eventually found that he was taken to a Zentaran warehouse, mugged and taken to a Zentaran warehouse. There, after fighting some Kinkus, for which one is still alive and with you, you eventually defeated them, and you discovered that Raynar, the son of the previous Open Lord, was hiding in a back room under some canvas. Yeah. After rescuing him from the Kinku, since he was stuck there, he told you that they were actually captured by Zentarum, but then later the Xanathar guild came and attacked the warehouse and dragged away Floon while he was able to hide, thinking that Floon was in fact him. So, he also divulged that Xanathar and the Zents are both looking for the embezzled money that his father, Dagart Neverember, embezzled and hid somewhere in the city. So they thought that Raynar could help locate it. So that being said, after all that happened, eventually the front doors of the warehouse busted open and the city guard appeared. And that's where we left off. So the city guard busts through the door. The cacophony of noises and yelling goes on as all the constables go to different parts of the warehouse, and you hear in the distance, "Clear, clear, clear, clear," and the main city guard comes up to you, and he says, What in the name of the law are you doing in this warehouse? You do not belong here.
We heard word of
I'm very
a
charming.
kidnapping, and we rescued this gentleman right here from these rogues.
We're not sure if we rescued him. All right, he's a little fishy. He can stand to be questioned.
This gentleman, and he looks over at Rainier, and he says, "This gentleman. Oh, Rainier, I did not notice you here. You look so dirty."
I knew they talked the same. I could tell.
And he says,
I knew it.
"Well, that changes things. If you are with Rainier, then that lowers your suspicion because he would not hang out with hooligans."
See? I had
So-
a feeling that this guy was someone prestigious. So, if we he's our ticket out of here.
Rainier speaks up and says, "Yes, quite. They in fact saved me from these kinku that were around here," and he points at the kinku that's next to you. The guard says, "Oh, indeed, the Zenithar does in fact use the kinku many times. Constable Faze, come take the kinku away for questioning."
Goodbye, little buddy.
They're taking him away?
And the kinku opens his mouth and looks at you all, and you hear, "Take him with us."
Excuse me,
We wanted
Constable.
to.
I feel
He
like
wanted
there's
to.
more to share. There's a lot more to share there. And we're missing out on an opportunity. If you take him away, how are we going to know where to
Yeah.
find him?
Yes, Constable, we're actually
Who?
involved in helping Rainer, and we would like to bring the King Katu with us. The bird thing. We'd like to bring him. He's our friend. Can Rainer, can you?
Yes.
I have no idea what you speak of. A friend?
Well, I
And-
don't really know if he's
yeah.
our friend.
Rainier will speak up and says, "Yes, we are looking for my friend Floon. He was taken by the Zenithar. They think that he might know about the money my father embezzled, supposedly." The city guard will say, "Dagat Nevenbo was a good man. I do not believe that he would steal that money.
Are you kidding?
Don't listen to rumors." Rainier looks like he wants to say something, but he doesn't.
Something doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
Well, I think we should just let these officers go about
I
their
roll it.
business so we can continue with ours. So whatever
Can I
they
roll an
you know.
insight
On who?
on a city guard, the guy who's talking to us?
Yeah.
Yes.
And look.
25.
Wow, a 20 plus 5. And look, everybody can see it now on the stream over right here. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, 25. You read, your character really reads people. We found a notice, but you read the city garden. He seems like a no funny business type guy. He's if you've ever met those, music just randomly changed back. If he strikes you as someone that you can't really fast talk. He would have trouble fast talking this guy. He's very, if you told him rumors, he'd ignore you type mentality. He's strict. He comes off as strict, and he comes off as, he kind of just wants to get this thing over with and out of here. But you do notice, I'll say one more thing. You will notice that ever since he noticed Rainier is here, he did suddenly become on like his best behavior.
Guys, we're in with the big guys now,
He's
It's
hiding
Rainer.
something. It's obvious he's hiding something.
I don't know.
What
Is
has he
he-
done to his friend?
With a 25, I'll even say, because you did get a 25, I'll even go further and say that when his constables came up and announced that it looks like it was a battle between the Zenithar and the Zent, he seemed disappointed, but not disappointed like, oh, I'm so disappointed. Almost like I missed an opportunity, like, damn, type.
I knew it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Constable, we don't want to keep you any longer than we have to, and of course we're going to accompany this young Rainer and ensure his safety. But do I look familiar at all? Do you recognize me?
Are you going to ask that to
Yes.
everyone?
Why? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
me.
What do you say?
I have seen you around near the docks with the Brigandy Darth, I believe.
Damn
The
it.
Brigandy Darth. The Brigandy Darth. Thank you. Someone remember that. The Brigandy Darth. That's very important. Thank you very much, Constable.
Constable, what can you tell us about the Zenth and the Zenithars?
Well, I can tell you many things. They plague this dock ward. They are my main issue in the dock ward. Now, I will say that the Zentarum and the Zenithar, when they go into a battle and they kill each other, I'm not though going to be crying over dead people in this way. But they keep most of this stuff under the streets, which is what I hope for, but I do not know why they have been attacking each other. I know that the fighting has broken out where they used to have some type of truths.
Under the city. It seems like we, I don't know if this is literal, but guys, it seems like we want to head to those sewers. I say that, like, quietly.
Yes.
I think so,
There's
too.
no one to ask any questions to Raina.
I think it's best that we keep Rainier in our good graces, one way or the other, because
I'm not saying strap him down to a chair and waterboard him. I'm saying ask him
Well,
simply.
that's
Kobe, you are quite the,
interrogator, I would say,
Yeah.
but there's something about being diplomatic when we're dealing with someone of the stature of a Rainier.
No, that's true. What if we just bring him with us and keep an eye on him, and if he starts getting skittish...
I will watch his back
Yes.
with a dagger.
Well,
That's a good
keep
way to work
the
it back.
dagger nearby, but, you know.
Rainier comes up, realizing that you guys are kind of talking to yourself, and say, "What's the plan?"
Well, anybody know how to get into the sewers?
I am not familiar with this place, but perhaps we could track something outside when we get out there. They had to go somewhere, right?
Can I ask the constable? Excuse me, constable. I've developed an interest recently in the city plumbing, and I'm wondering, is there a good place to investigate the sewer system of Waterdeep?
It is not hard to see that you're trying to get into the guild business. But if you are with Rainier, I imagined it is not for bad deeds. So I will tell you this. I will give you this advice, even though it is not what you asked for. One, please take this. Some of you look new here, and I will give you this pamphlet, and he hands it to you, to whoever's closest. And he says, "These are the laws of Waterdeep. If you are on above ground, I suggest you follow them precisely, because we are very strict here.
Interesting.
Also, I will give you this advice. If you are going to venture into the sewers, do not let them know you. You do not want the Zenithar Guild or the Zents after you. It is a very bad thing for them to know your name, and when they know a name, they do never forget.
Oh, great.
Especially since they have Kinku.
Yeah. It's those things
And
that
we
makes
have
me-
one of them.
Yeah.
That's one.
And my last piece of advice is not all the city watch are as nice as I. I am very strict. I hold by my code of honor, but I am lenient in many ways.
What is your name, sir, if you don't mind us asking?
My name is Captain Staggart. And
Well-
you can ask anybody in the dockward and they probably know me.
Very
Thank
nice
you
to
for
meet
your assistance, Captain.
Appreciate it.
Now, where the nearest sewer is, and are the entrance, or where your friend might have been taken, if he is indeed not a spy of the Zent or Zenithar, which I would also be cautious of, because many people are. I do not know where the nearest sewer entrance is. I am sorry. You can go outside and look around. I could possibly ask one of my constables to help you track the sewer grate, but that is as far as we go. We do not go underground. It is a death trap for us.
Yes, I can imagine. Why don't we take one of his constables? That sounds good. Yes?
Can we have a constable?
Guys, this is a lot of people. Like, there's way too many people for a rescue mission.
Slowly growing
We don't need the Birdman anymore. We can let him keep the Birdman. I just want a constable.
No, we cannot let them keep the Birdman because he's
It
so...
might.
What happened?
It might attract. Constable might attract the wrong kind of attention depending where we.
Constable Faze is over on the side a little bit, like a little confused, and he's like, "Sure, do I take the bird or do I? What's going on here?"
No, you're not going to take the bird. You need the bird. The bird saw what happened.
All right, fine. Then we'll ask the bird where's it. But how do we get to the sewer? That's the only question. How do we get in there?
You can, who wants
Why
to?
don't we ask the
Right now.
constable that we're trying to drag along with us?
We don't need to bring.
I think we can just leave here and look around and use
They
our
said
use
there's
our skills.
some yellow signs. I think is in.
Yes. That's what
Yeah.
I think we do. I think we, our.
So
I
are you gonna try to
confidence
persuade
finding
the captain
abilities.
to keep the bird? Sorry about that, Mark. Are you gonna try to persuade the captain to keep the bird, or are you gonna let the bird go?
Let's keep the bird. I would like to persuade the captain. I would like to
I
say.
would bits on this.
He
Okay.
might be a little loud, and it might be cumbersome to have him with us.
Well, we can always lose him later. We don't have
Exactly.
to-
If we feel that he loses
All right.
it,
So
if we
Fitz,
get hungry,
roll.
we can eat it.
Exactly.
Go ahead and roll a
no,
persuasion.
we'll eat him.
Okay, so
Well,
I'm
you
going
did.
to-
Speak.
You did cook them. No, that was the other one. You
The other one
cooked-
we flat
did
ate.
something else.
Yes.
And you
I
rotisserie.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Not to
Well-
eat it. To take him though.
we just
They
murdered
could
him. We didn't eat
A
him.
bird could.
You-
They could tell on us. They could be loud. They could. I
You get
don't know.
advantage on this because Zinakobi's helping you.
And I'm also very charming. So I rolled an 18, and I said, Captain, we're trying to help this young man, Raina, and this bird actually has been extremely useful to our investigation. So with your permission, we would like to bring the bird with us to help us investigate for our friend Raina, who you seem to like. Could we please have the bird?
Thank you.
Please. Please.
Absolutely. We need him.
The captain looks at Raynar and says, "I do not like this, but I tell you what, the bird can go into your custody, but any crime he commits will be under your name. You will both suffer the consequences of any crime that this bird is seen to commit
What is he going to
if you
do?
take him."
He's not going to do anything. Oh, come on. We've had him for almost, what, a day? He's
20
not gonna do
minutes?
anything.
20 minutes. Does this bird really have any loyalty to us? I know it's humorous to keep the bird along,
he
but
does not.
he will
I
betray
don't
us
think
the
he has-
first moment he gets.
To
He has
be-
no
to be-
loyalty to us.
I agree with Greyhide.
To be clear, I don't mean any crime he has committed. I mean any crime, since I am handing him to you, he is under your supervision. So any crime he commits from here on will be in your name.
Seems pretty
Yes.
standard.
Let's take the bird, and if he tries anything funky, we'll kill him.
Yes.
And
Wait.
eat him.
No, we will not eat the bird. Bird is not.
Why
He's
not?
sentient. Are you really going to kill him?
Look at those wings. Imagine those wings being crispy. Are you telling me you wouldn't be a little bit tempted?
How
I
dare
think
you?
I think you would be.
The
Unless
bird
you're vegan.
opens his mouth and says, "We should let the bird go."
We should let the bird shush.
We should.
You know,
We
it'll
should
be
give
fun.
the bird. Let them keep the bird. I don't know how useful really he's going to be more than he already has, and we don't even know if he's telling the truth.
That's
might-
where it's from.
And really, what he says are bits and parts, and we don't really know. It's like a puzzle we have to put together every time he opens his mouth.
Yes, but
I
that's
don't know.
all we have. That's all we have, Alpha.
He might hurt us in a stealth situation. I could see that happening. Him making some noises if we need to stealth.
We'll make some remedy to that.
Hey, bird, can you keep your mouth shut and be
Why are you
stealthy?
asking it?
Eh?
Fits. You're going to
I'm
ask me to be quiet.
The bird
I'm
opens its mouth and says, "Of course I can."
Oh, yes. That's promising.
I think that settles it. I think he's
Yes.
a very trustworthy bird.
That's a
We're keeping the bird. We're keeping the bird.
The
And-
captain says, "Well, look at Constable Faze and say, give the bird over to him."
We
And,
got the bird. Yeah.
The constable will take the bird to Fitzjeffrey and says,
With the bird.
he'll
No,
kind of
that's
look at the
right.
bird and shake his head and give him to Fitzjeffrey.
Thank you, Captain. Hello. hello, friend. What do we name you? Oh, what do you want to be named? What's your name? What's your name, bird?
McNugget.
He looks up at you since he's half your size, and then points at himself and says, "Get out of the way, tricky bastard."
Tricky bastard. I love it. Very nice to meet you officially, tricky bastard. All
I
right.
love it.
I'm not responsible for this bird.
I have to say, that's
Oh, you're a part of the party. I'm afraid you are.
I'm
Tricky
not
bastard.
According to
my
the
friend.
ordinances and statutes of Waterdeep
Right,
that
you
I have
didn't even-
memorized.
memorized.
Well,
Right.
I am a paladin. I have an intuitive understanding of the general principles of law, whether they apply here or elsewhere. I think we're all
Yes,
bound.
Greyhide, we love
the
your
same
moral
fate.
backbone.
Thank you.
So moral.
So what are
Okay,
you?
we need to get going.
Yes.
the captain
we need to go
will say-
sewering.
You need to get out of here. This is now a crime scene, and you need to leave.
Yes. Let's get going. So, bird. Tricky bastard. Where's the sewer?
So, Tricky Bastard starts heading towards the front of the place and heads out the big door that the constables kicked open.
Let's follow him.
He takes you out into a street. It's nighttime, and you don't see really any light except that one flickering light that goes zzz, zzz, that's the only light in the whole street that's on. Alpha, you're probably the only one who notices a little bit of movement off to the side somewhere, and you realize there's actually a hobo on the side of the street, kind of laying in some refuse. But Tricky Bastard completely turns the other way. That's to the right, and Tricky Bastard turns left towards an alley and starts walking that way.
Well, I'm gonna follow Tricky Bastard.
Let's follow him.
Guys, I noticed there's a man in the street. He looks homeless. He might have seen something. I think it could be worth asking him before we keep going.
That vagrant?
You never know.
He's got a point.
Ugh.
I mean, I don't want to smell him, but if you're willing to go for that.
Okay, I'll go talk to him.
You talk
Okay.
to the vagrant. I'll keep a distance from over here.
As you
can
get
stay with
closer,
her.
you see the figure kind of sit up Indian style as you're getting closer, and you realize it's actually a woman, and she looks to be in about her 50s. She has dirt on her face, the long stringy hair that looks unkept, and she sees you coming and says, "Oh, my children. Oh, my child, how are you doing?"
Good. I reach into my bag and I little bits of food and I hand it to her.
"Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Now why do you wake me from my slumber? Is it just to give me some food?"
Sorry to bother you. We're looking for a friend of ours, and we think maybe he was taken. We're wondering if you've seen anything unusual in the last few days. His name is
She takes
Floon?
what kind of food did you give her?
I think some kind of like jerky.
Okay. Yeah, she bites into it. You see that she's using her good side because the other side's missing teeth, and she kind of chews it for a bit and says, "I might have."
I step closer to the vagrant lady, but still far enough so that I don't have to,
I take out of my bag another piece of jerky, but I don't give it to her, and I ask her. I kind of look at her and ask her what she knows, if she'd be willing to share.
She kind of narrows her eyes and says, "I can tell you what happened for a dragon." And you've probably learned by this point, dragon is the name for a gold piece in Waterdeep.
Oh, I knew that. Of course. After all, I've spent many months in Waterdeep. I know what a dragon is.
I don't. I'm
Roll
not
a
getting hurt.
roll a persuasion.
Yeah.
I should have had you roll persuasion beforehand.
Yeah. Just see. Okay.
By the way, anybody else notice that Alpha
22. So I'm not gonna hand her a gold piece, but I'm about to put the food away, guessing she's not that
Okay,
hungry.
yeah. And she'll go, well, okay. I'll tell you. But first the food. First the food. Yes.
I need a little bit of information first. We've already got a little bit of food.
She drives a hard bargain, this Alpha.
I saw a big, ugly man, probably one of those orc types. He was with a bunch of bird creatures and a human with tattoos on his head. And then there were like little tattoos of eyes. And you'll recognize that's what the guys look like who started the fight in the yawning portal.
That's what the guys look like who started the fight in the yawning portal.
I was just thinking that.
I don't know if you guys are here. You guys followed me on this? Or...
Well,
okay. Yeah.
What's his name?
We creeped
Greyhide
closer,
did it, but
but still out of the stench range. I'm
They,
very
I cut the jerky that I have in my hand in half, and I hand her half, and I was like, okay, what
she'll
else?
take it. Little, somewhat gnarled hands. Takes it and then says,
Vile
yes.
woman.
And they were dragging an unconscious man with red blonde hair behind them. And she points out behind you. She points it out, and with her fingers motion, she does like with her gnarled finger, she does like a little motion. And you can see where she's pointing that there is, in fact, it was kind of hard to see because there's a lot of refuge, but once she points it out, you can see like a trail from like a body being dragged, and it goes down the alley.
Is it the opposite direction, or is it the same direction in which the Kinku is going into?
It was the direction the Kinku was going.
Look, there's a track where a body was being dragged.
Oh, good.
It's where tricky bastards walking.
Yes, well.
And then before I hand her the other half, I kind of say, anything else you want to add?
There was a dwarf,
right?
But he wasn't.
A dwarf.
He wasn't like any dwarf. He had pale blue skin. It was nasty, and a white beard, and his eyes had no pupils.
Wow.
Interesting.
Does that sound familiar to anyone? That race of dwarf? I'm not sure I recall anything.
You can roll a.
Fitz, have you ever seen someone like that?
A knowledge nature if you want.
Let me see.
Fitz you would get advantage.
Okay, let Fitz do it. He's more knowledgeable.
Yes.
Oh, everybody can do it, but I'm just saying Fitz would get advantage. So you can roll twice and take the higher.
I can roll twice and take the higher.
Yeah.
It's good because
18.
the first roll I rolled a 1.
Let
me try.
18, yes.
Okay.
Oh, there's a
Mine
good
is
one.
Alpha.
I seem to remember something from my father about he didn't talk much about his experiences, but...
So, yeah, Fitz and Alpha know this is a Draugr. With an 18, you might know enough to know they were an enslaved race in the Underdark that eventually, through their enslavement, they went insane. They eventually escaped their enslavement, and they have their own place in the Underdark now, but they're considered insane.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting. A Draugr, you say.
Crazy one.
You don't know who enslaved them.
Right.
You don't know that much.
You can guess it's
Hmm.
obviously Francis.
Are these
So
a threat?
if she's seen a Draugr, he's probably working for someone, essentially.
Perhaps. Unless
My
there's a
mom's
massive
already
conspiracy between the Underdark
I
and
give
these
her the other half of what I have in my hand.
Thank you, my child.
Well, now we have a perpetrator that we know we're looking for, because there's not going to be too many Draugrs. He's the only one of his kind. So we can... Now when we question people, instead of just asking for Floon, we can say, have you seen a Draugr? Have you seen a Draugr?
So
Can I say it like that?
I share this. I don't know if
Yeah.
everybody. I shared this information with anyone who wasn't close enough to hear.
Cool.
And,
Thank you.
Are you all
Well-
following the trail that the
Yeah.
old lady pointed out?
Yes. Come on, tricky
All right.
bastard. Off we go.
So long, vile woman. Is that
Thank you.
impolite? I am,
Yes,
I just
I am
think-
thankful, but she's a vile woman.
I
vile
said thanks for your
vagrant.
help. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you follow the trail through refuge, and this is a back alley. This is where everybody throws their garbage. Some of them probably pour their used water out here, any type of thing like that.
Lovely.
And
I'm
you
just
do
gonna
see a
pull my
trail.
elaborate silk scarf.
It goes down the alley, and takes a right into what seems to be a dead end. But at the end of that dead end, eventually you do come to a manhole of some sort that goes into the sewers, and you can see that's actually where all the refuse and liquid that's slowly draining into it right there.
I don't want this. I don't want this.
There is a grate over it, but the grate comes off. You don't have to.
Great.
Yes,
Is there
it is
any
great.
lighting
comes
source
off.
of any kind?
That's great.
There is no lighting source. The only light you have here is the flickering light of that one remaining lantern a ways away. And in the sewer, it seems pitch black.
Right.
Well,
Well,
Get a torch out, I guess.
yes, Alpha, you have a torch. I'm going to open the grate and listen very carefully at the grate to see if I hear anything.
Okay.
Can I roll a listening check? What is that?
Perception.
Perception. I'm going to roll perception. I'm not super perceptive in general. I've rolled an 11 and I'm listening very, very hard.
Yeah, you hear some slowly running water. That's about
I
it.
hear some slowly running water.
Bit of trickling sound, like a trickle.
No, it's
No.
more of a stream. It's more of
Yeah, more like a
little bit of
slow-moving
whoosh.
stream.
Okay.
Yes,
yes,
like a
yeah.
whoop.
Like
Babbling brook. Very
Which
interesting.
means that I think there's nobody down there.
All right.
Alright. Tricky bastard, I'm going to go first. Not because I don't trust you, but because I don't trust you yet.
should he go first though? And shouldn't we follow behind?
We can
But if
use him
you
as
let
sort
off
of,
first, I'll run
yeah.
away.
We can use him as, I mean, if he's going to lead us into any trap, wouldn't he
Yes.
fall into the trap before us?
That's not a very nice thing to say. But
I mean, it's not a very nice thing for him to do.
the bird opens his mouth, and you hear, "We should let the bird go."
First. Yes, we should let the bird go first, is what he's
All
trying
right,
to
fine.
say.
Exactly. Bird goes first. If he takes us into the wrong area, he too shall suffer. That's how
alright,
it is.
fine.
Deal.
So who's going first?
Birdie
So
McBirderson, tricky.
I'm going to open the sewer grate and then let him down and follow him in.
You feel
What's
the
Reynard doing with all this?
grime on your fingers as you pull it open. Raynar, you look back at Raynar, and he looks apprehensive, like he really doesn't want to go in there, but he does follow.
I mean, I don't either. I totally understand. where
He's not
coming.
saying anything. He takes out the dagger he took, and keeps it in his hand though, wanting to get ready to
Alright.
go down.
Maybe I should walk behind Reyna.
This
I don't
Sure.
feel like he should be walking behind.
All right.
is a great point.
Okay.
So
fine with that.
Joffrey, is it Bird or Fitz who's going down first?
Fitz Bird followed closely by Fitz.
Okay. So the bird goes down, and as you go down into the sewers, you can see, as you get closer with the torchlight that Alpha lit, there is in fact a running stream. There's not much of a ledge here. It's about 5 feet wide, and there's not much of a ledge to really step on. And as you put your foot down, it goes deeper and deeper until about a foot into the sewage when you hit the bottom of it. The
Nice
bird
talking.
actually has water up into about his thighs as he's walking through.
Poor tricky bastard.
And you're a little concerned at first because the bird just runs forward all of a sudden, but then stops, and he points up on the wall. And you realize he's pointing at a symbol, a yellow symbol that's written on the wall. It's a circle.
Those are the yellow signs.
Mm-hmm. And it's a circle with 10 lines coming out of it.
Oh, it's that.
And he says, "Xanathar sends his regards."
Oh god. Is
Aha.
that your mark?
So that
Well-
circle symbol means something to do with Xanathar. That'll lead us to him.
Is it?
Yes, we have to
Yes.
be very careful.
See, I figured
I'm-
that out based on what the
Be
tricky
careful
just
moving
said.
forward.
I'm just going to casually draw my sword, just to keep it in my hand, just in case something goes funny. Don't
Did
worry,
Mike
Tricky.
just pull out a sword? Did I miss that, or did that really just happen too?
Yes, that did just happen.
I'm
Now we have
jealous
two
that
sword wearers.
Mike has a sword now. I have to get a sword next.
You should probably
Oh,
get
you have a
us
lovely dagger. Xenocobi has a dagger. I
Dagger?
have
That looks very sword-like.
It's a rapier. Fast.
Oh,
A
Short
rapier.
sword.
Me too. That's lovely.
Hey, short sword's a dexterous weapon. It's not just
Uh-huh.
brute strength. It takes skill and finesse.
It
Hmm.
does.
Yes. What do you fight with? What do you fight with, Paladin? A large hammer?
A mighty axe.
Ah, yes.
From
Good.
the axe, you
A
did.
hammer! I scoff at hammers.
Well,
They're fine tools for carpentry, but in battle, an axe or a sword are at my side in this case.
So, you see as you go into the sewers, it goes forward towards that symbol that Tricky Bastard pointed out, and you look behind you, and it goes the other way into darkness. You can't really see what happens there, but I assume you guys follow the symbol?
well, I followed Triggybird.
Yagar
I followed the
Yagar
tricky
warned
red.
us about this symbol, guys, so we have to be careful.
That's right. Yes.
Wow.
I will be extra cautious, but still follow the symbol. Into danger we must plunge!
Yep.
Yes.
Following behind.
So is the only light source right now is the torch from Alpha, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
So I
you.
guess
That
I'll
was very good
stay
night vision.
I'll stay in the middle of the group in that case, since I'm the only light source.
Okay. What's the rest of the order? It's Fitz Joffrey, the Kinku, and I know Rainier and Zinakoba are in the back. So the only question is, does Drake Hyde want to be in front or behind Alpha?
I'll be in front of Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
depending on that
danger
bird.
is where I plunge.
That's
Almost executed well.
yes.
I'm a relatively new paladin,
As
but nonetheless. Well, let's just keep going. I
Yes,
don't
Did you
wanna-
guys see?
I don't want to
did
make
you
a
guys,
spectacle of things.
Did you guys see Free Guy, the big guy at the end? He's not completely developed.
The guy, yes.
Yeah, it was awesome. He comes up and goes, "Ugh, catchphrase," because he wasn't completely developed. It was funny.
I have not seen it yet.
It's really
Not-
good.
it's on
one of
Amazon
the few.
Prime, is it not?
I don't know.
No, it's
But it-
only in theaters.
Oh, it's only in theaters.
Oh, it's a
Movie
movie,
theaters.
a cinematic movie show. I'm going to
It's-
see Halloween Kills tomorrow. I've been waiting a long time.
Oh,
for it,
Penny,
very
I'm so
excited.
sorry. Are you okay? That's
Yeah, that
all
one
right.
goes over my head.
I'm just waiting for Dune to come out. That's all I want right now.
Doom?
Dune is
Dune.
out in theaters.
Dune. Oh, Dune.
Not
Oh, and that's
for us.
from the Canadian director, the Villeneuve gentleman, right?
Shatner?
Didn't even know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Shatner is Canadian, and I'm so happy for Shatner.
All
I know
comedians
this is
are
a diversion.
William Shatner's from top.
good point about hammers.
Just
And,
a funny thing
and
is,
George
like, 2
Takei is
seconds-
so salty about it. That's the best part. Takei is all salty that he didn't get invited into space. Now he's got sour grapes. Makes me happy. Anyway,
Maybe over the
2
next time.
seconds ago, someone in chat mentioned how focused we were, and then like literally 2 seconds later, we were like,
That's how it
Oh,
works.
I blame the
I'm
DM.
gonna
The
miss
DM
this
started
movie
talking.
so
Yeah, I
about,
did start that one. I'm sorry.
about
So,
some movie show.
While
right.
while we're walking,
Back into it.
while
Whoops.
we're walking, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to I'm going to throw over my shoulder. You know, Rainier, I noticed that your friend the guard seemed to think that your father wouldn't embezzle money, but you seemed to disagree with him. How likely is there to be money down here?
Is this really the time?
What
I
do
just-
you
I
guys
can
think?
find no
As
better
you're going
time.
through,
Three.
yeah, as you're walking along through the sewers, you every once in a while, every 50 feet or so, you see another yellow chalk sign that tells you where to go. And so you keep following that for about an hour.
Ooh,
During that
I know
time,
a song about this.
Fantastic.
Follow the yellow circle road.
so we have to talk for an hour here. No, I'm joking. But Rainier will reply to you and say, I do and believe he is the type to embezzle money. He is not the saint that the captain thinks he is. I don't know where, and I seriously doubt it's in the sewers. My guess is he has it guarded away with some magical rigmarole that probably only one person knows about, or some other poppycock. I don't know.
I too have a rich and unavailable grandfather. I feel your pain.
Would I possibly have the opportunity to talk quietly to another party member without Rainier hearing? Like, let's say Zenokobi, maybe I could say something to her out of the earshot of the other two.
You'd have to move each other a bit, like go into the front
I'm
or
the
something, or go way
closest to
back.
you right now.
Okay, so I'll signal to Alpha then. I'll say, fuck.
Yeah, you can move up out of
But
earshot.
subtler than that. Way more subtle than what I was just doing here. Right?
Do
Okay?
a performance. Let's see how
Okay.
subtle you are.
Oh, I can be subtle. Hang on.
Subtle has a gun.
Boy, I want to say something over there. Okay, let's see. Let's go performance. Lovely. Nice performance roll. Holy sh! That's a bad performance. That's not so
Yeah.
subtle.
You're like, psst, psst, hey, Alpha, over here.
Well, with the new paladin,
Yes.
you know.
Oh. Okay, so I'll just sort of say something to you, or it's like, I don't know. I'm not one to discuss intrigue and these sort of things, but part of me is wondering, would it be possible that Rainier's father himself might be behind this kidnapping in some way, or is that just the foolish quizzlings of a young paladin on his first trek?
I think everything's possible right now.
People.
I wouldn't rule out the possibility, but we don't have enough information.
Yes, well, let us too keep our eyes open and perhaps relay that to our friends. That was a subtle wink.
Can I from the back
I didn't see
kind
it.
of look at him knowing
According to that
what he
roll,
said?
it wasn't so subtle, but
Can I just
Yeah.
acknowledge what he said from the back and just be like,
Roll a perception. You do have the ears to hear.
alright.
Not that it actually gives you any in-game bonus, but we'll act like it does right now.
Yes.
I have no
Um,
perception.
You hear bits and pieces. You hear Rainier, Gold, Deception, stuff like that.
Are you a little distracted by Raina's posterior? Because I'll admit, I was looking at it earlier.
I swear to you, I said, not push me.
Yeah,
This
saying,
man can not only be at his back, but yours as well.
I just.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Fitz is quite voluptuous from the posterior, I must say.
See, that's all I was saying. That's all I was. Wait, me? Oh,
Yes.
this
Yes.
posterior.
I
I,
stammer. Stammer.
I'm
Guys,
very,
you should probably-
very human and
probably keep
voluptuous.
moving.
Let us not forget, I do not know who you are. I trust you less than I trust Rainer.
That's very
Yeah.
need to
hurtful.
focus.
Those who
How
are observant,
For you.
I
Those who are
look forward to
observant
getting to know you.
will notice that Greyhide's shirt is always a little bit like pulled to the right a little.
You know, I could never
Um,
tailor to it.
But
Absolute
anyways, yeah.
detail.
Eventually you do. After about an hour of following through these tunnels, you come
God, I
to a
don't even
three-way
know.
intersection. On the right
Sounds.
side, you see a ladder that heads up to a manhole. In front of you, you see it's like a T intersection, and you see it go out in two different ways. You can actually see with the torchlight, the right way has a chalked yellow symbol of the circle with lines of Xanathar. At that point, up from the water, you see first a green creature of some sort. You see 4 eyes that pop up out of the water and look at you. As it continues to rise, you see 4 stalks connected to a big circle, about this big, and it has this giant eye and a toothy maw on the bottom as sludge and sewage falls out of it from its mouth from the sides.
Oof.
Is it something we recognize? For any of us?
Um,
Perception?
You can roll a... This is what it looks like, by the way.
Oh,
Sounds
Oh,
I didn't see it.
foul
Do you see it now?
abomination.
slightly attractive.
that's
What's
an
he-
opinion.
What are you saying?
You can roll a knowledge nature to see if you know about this. This is a tough one.
Abomination for
I've never seen this before. However, I want to be friendly. I'm going to say, greetings, lovely
17.
creature."
17? You're not sure. You vaguely heard of beholders, but you thought they were bigger.
What a beauty.
It's an enemy.
Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
you say that, and it turns towards you, and its eye widens and almost shimmers as it stalks, kind of go in all directions, and it zooms towards you. Ah!
Towards
Not
who?
friendly.
Me?
Towards
No,
who?
Fritz. And let's roll initiative.
Oh God. I'm sorry. I thought maybe it would be friendly. Don't know why I thought that.
Oh, sorry about that noise.
Initiative.
7.
Oh,
Pretty awful
lovely.
initiative rolls, I've got to say.
I made the grave
Yes, I really
mistake
don't want to get into it with this creature.
of putting my pins across the room. I'll be right back.
Oh,
We have no
God.
DM. Shall we do?
Chaos.
I'm still
Chaos.
I'm not dead yet.
We do re-rolls? No, it doesn't work that way.
Ooh, do you think Tricky Bastard is going to help us fight the giant?
Of course,
No.
he's one of us.
Thing?
No.
I don't
He's
know.
our foul
I feel like
friend.
he'd be good bait.
Ah, well, that's an idea. An idea.
Wow,
Okay.
these
Knows-
initiatives.
He knows
You
him.
would do that to Tricky.
7.
Listen, Tricky Bastard is here for one reason and one reason only. He serves the purpose of being help. And if he's not going to give us information, then he can give himself up as help.
You want to go
Remember,
ahead and roll
Jesus.
an initiative, Zinakobi?
To feed the poor bird. To
Yes.
No, just everyone.
For combat, because it,
Oh, for
this
you.
this
Because a
creature
giant
seems
thing.
to want to
instead
attack
roll
us.
for initiative.
My initiative is 5. not a lot of initiative. It's
got
the
no
smell.
initiative.
It's really.
19.
I've got some initiative. I'm not
Oh,
fantastic. Like,
Oh, I need to roll for rain
I'm not
here.
gonna make a poem out of
Okay.
this.
Thank God one of us has initiative.
And lastly, sorry.
Apparently that's
Oh,
why I'm here. Destiny.
Maybe it's a baby
Okay.
beholder.
what is Zinakobi gonna do?
To the monster. Well, can I talk to it?
You can certainly try.
I don't.
Since
I
I'm an
mean,
elf.
it's rushing towards me very quickly, so please.
Alright. I'll do an action. I've got my short sword.
Something tells me this thing might be dangerous.
I've got my short sword. Can I use this?
Thank you, Gray.
I'm
Yep.
going to cut him down.
You
Alright.
can certainly use your short sword if you want.
I don't know. I just have a feeling.
I have a feeling I did not do a very good job. I'm sorry.
Let me roll something real quick.
I pulled it out,
Okay.
but I kind of went, oh
Yeah, it got caught a snag on the hilt on the hilt, and you make a note to blame the person who made the hilt.
Used a short.
I can
sword.
recommend a hilt smith if you're interested. I know a great guy.
Is he anything like you?
Well, he's like me in that he's a great guy. Yes, he is.
Right.
Can we check? Can somebody
You
check?
walked
if it's
right
like
into
a
that one,
magical
Xenocobi.
creature? That would give us like a good indication also on what to do.
By the way, anybody can roll a knowledge nature if you want to try to determine what this is.
Oh,
Sure.
my bad. I
Knowledge.
keep that. I took it into.
It'd be nice to know also if it's magical.
I have no idea what this thing is.
Oh, I've rolled a
Clueless.
13 on
Would
the
it be perception or would it be actual knowledge?
It would be nature.
Nature. Alright.
Yes. Yes.
Ah.
Nature! Well, it
Someone
just
rolled a
turns out-
natural 20.
It just turns out that a very long time ago, back in my primary school, I did a lot of nature research.
So
Why are
you do know that
telling
this
us
is a magically, this strikes you as a magically created creature. Actually,
Ooh.
even with a 22, you're not sure what it is because it's out there. You can tell it's not a beholder, but you imagine that it may have been created to be beholder-like. But it's a magical creation.
Interesting.
It's a
Right.
cheap knockoff.
So
This isn't a beholder, it's a cheap knockoff.
definitely seems to be that somebody is trying to scare people away. He's made from magic, so can magic undo him?
So you see all of its head stalks. They all point suddenly in different directions as it
Ooh.
takes in everybody.
Fantastic.
It is going to shoot that.
What's it doing?
Heads.
Yeah.
Oops, rolled the same thing twice.
Looking at
And
our-
I threw a dice off my desk. That's nice.
It's only you, Greyhide.
And that. Okay.
Sighing all of us. I'm sighing you, Zinnikov. It's
All right.
Like Alpha.
1, 2, 3, 4.
sighing Alpha. Sorry, Alpha. It's
Wait,
definitely
what am I
eyeing you.
missing?
They're the creatures
it's-
eyeing you.
Me?
It's actually going to, its eye rays are gonna, the one that points at Zinikobi goes off, and the one that points at Rainier goes off.
Whoosh.
And it
Goes off.
shoots out these, you see the eyes glow for a second, and then it
Oh.
shoots out a beam out of them. The one that goes towards Zinikobi is this bright white, but you almost see like condensation around the beam as it goes towards you.
Not Zenikobi!
It's got laser eyes. This is terrifying.
Blocking it.
Oh, abomination!
Oh, actually, never mind. I don't
Block
roll.
away.
You need to roll a dexterity save.
Dexterity. Here we
So if
go.
you go to your saves and hit that dexterity.
Oof.
And
Have
then
you
the
been
other one
practicing
goes
your
towards
dancing?
Rainier, and he's going to roll a dexterity save as well.
So I at least kind of move
Kinda.
out of the way a little bit. Painfully.
Oh,
Rainier ducks out of the way as
he's so dexterous.
Yeah.
you see a dent appear into the. You see some rubble, some stone get flung off behind him. And then you rolled it. Oh yeah. So you see that beam. It comes towards you, and you're able to step out of the way before it hits you, and it hits the wall behind you, and you hear like, and the wall behind you just becomes frozen.
Oh,
Oh.
it shoots.
Well, let's not get hit by that.
This is quite the formidable opponent.
And then
We-
it continues to run at Fitz though, and it opens its mouth and tries to take a bite at you.
It's gaping maw trying to envelop
Sacrifice
Fitz.
Very much
Zenku.
so
Sacrifice
attracted to you.
Zenku. See if
What's that?
sacrifice Zenku.
No,
The Kenku. The Kenku.
Dude.
what is
Yeah, okay.
with you?
Look at
Uh,
that
He will
skin.
fight
front of
and
tricky
stand
bastard.
together, all of us.
You
It-
will
I mean,
not-
it will give us.
Massive
If he goes, it will give us information about it.
This is true. And
It
might bite him.
as it comes for you, Fitz, you're able to push its head out of the way, and you afterward it doesn't bite you, but you find you have this nasty sludge on your hand, and it's like oily and slimy.
Ugh.
Gross.
Absolutely disgusting.
Ugh.
It smells terrible. Whoa.
The
How does it taste?
No, thank you. No. Not doing that. Ugh.
the bird doesn't do anything. Then it is Greyhide.
Okay.
Careful,
Well, I
it
am
smells
offended and disgusted by this abomination. I pull out my axe, and I will attack.
Do it.
Take a clean shot.
Huzzah!
Oh, that hits.
Yeah.
You run right up to it, sludging through the sewage, and take a swing with your axe and connect.
Take this foul creature from Hades. I don't really know if it's from there. I'm guessing.
It's actually magically created to simulate from Hades, but it's reasonable.
Thwack! You hit it
Allow
right
me
in
my
the
moment.
head, and you see an eye stalk fling off of it and
Oh.
bounce against the wall, and falls into
Ha.
the poop into the
Ah!
sewage.
One less
I don't know if you
laser
recorded
eye.
that. I said, ha!
Well done.
Okay,
Nice.
and you see it like floating on the water, writhing the stalk.
Yes.
You gonna do anything else?
Well,
No.
I'm going to stay in the range. I'm not going to move anymore. But I'm going to look at the eye floating with satisfaction and say, yes.
You
That's
should
what I'll
say
do.
you never saw that coming.
No
Uh,
one saw that coming.
I don't think he
Alpha.
thought of, he didn't think of anything that clever, so he just sat there. And said, yeah.
Yeah. you hear behind you. Yeah. And you realize it came from the bird. Alpha.
Bird. Okay, so what? Sorry, what is this exact? So that creature is.
It's still floating in
yeah.
the air, and you see like some type of purplish liquid like out of the wound it just took from losing an eye stalk, but it's still floating in the air. It's actively trying to like bite in at Fitz, and you saw the beams go out at two other people. Right now,
It's
Greyhide and
relatively
Fitz are
close
next to
to
it.
all of us.
No, you started out like 20 feet away, so if you didn't want to get close, you started out like 20 feet away.
20 feet. Okay, take my bow.
Guess who came?
Oh.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I'll take my longbow and
Shoot it.
give it a shot. Yeah. I've done better.
Ooh. Yeah, you shoot with the longbow and it looks like it's gonna hit, and it at the last moment it barely moves enough for it to deflect off of its hide, and it scatters against the sewage wall.
That's
Sorry.
guys. Yeah.
No, I did not taste it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's it for me right now.
Cool. Then it is Rainier's gonna jump forward and try to stab it with his rapier.
Yes, Rainier. Yes.
And he misses. He goes in and he hits at it and
Of
misses.
course.
He's gonna attack again though.
Why did we bring him?
Oh wow, he
Just
missed
a
again.
wait.
He
Just
keeps
a
stabbing,
wait.
and missing. He finally decides to take his offhand dagger and take a swipe at it as well.
Can you
Oh,
fall
and that
into the
hits.
water?
We really don't
Okay.
need him.
Really
He slashes it with the dagger. It doesn't look like it did a lot of damage, but it definitely hurt it. It kind of when he hits
Well,
it.
at least he hit it.
Oh.
with-
Quite the.
Then it is
emote.
Fitz. Finally.
What
At
is this?
last. So as I hold its gaping, disgusting, slimy maw with one hand, I take my rapier, which happened to be in my other hand already. If you remember, I've already drawn it, and
Remember?
I stab right into its mouth. And
Ooh.
oh wait, that's
Go
damage
for it.
story. One moment. I stab
Oh.
right up into its face, and I
You hit
with
it.
21. Just God, get off of me! And I hit
Nice.
it
For
21,
6
and I
damage.
give it. I
Oh,
give
there
it
you
a
go. You rolled
7.
again.
I give it a
12.
12. I give it a 12 of damage.
Oh,
Yeah. And how does it die when you do this?
Oh my God! It's like this rumbling of energy and magic, and suddenly a waterfall of slime just blasts into my face and over my and I begin to vomit as it covers me with this magical, disgusting sludge.
Oh yeah, it's gross.
And
It's
then the
slimy
rest of it
everywhere.
sort of crumbles.
oh, how wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh.
It slides off of your rapier into the water, and it's slowly moving down the stream. You still see it quivering slightly as it goes down the stream.
For a human, he's got some skill.
Well done, Fitz.
Yes.
Well done.
So very. Oh, question for the dungeon master.
We're quite
Would
useful, I must
I-
admit.
Can you tell that I'm not actually covered with liquid and that I am covered with? What does that look like?
Actually, what you see is he's going, ugh, and you see him shaking like he's covered in slime. But when you look at him, he doesn't look covered in slime. He looks pretty pristine.
Oh.
It's all an act.
It just doesn't take much to gross out Fizz, I guess.
Ugh.
You see a little out from his hand.
You're barely covered.
Do you want to smell me? Do you want to smell me
I
right now?
smell you from here. I
Yes.
smelled you before.
That's not fair. That's not me. It's the thing. I smell fine. I have excellent personal hygiene. It's the thing. It's slammed on. It's not fair. Oh
I
my
believe
God.
you, Fitz Jeffrey.
Human
Thank
sensitive.
you. Great.
Because I too came face to face.
Oh,
with that
God.
Well,
foul
Fitz, you were
abomination. Yes.
very useful. Good.
Alright, so
Hang on.
are we going up this manhole? Have we moved
Oh yeah,
up?
yeah. So we got 3 places we can go. We got the.
Oh,
Well, I say
But
if the
Leo,
yellow
I-
symbols lead us to Zinthnikna, then I say we hold off. We may not be
Zinthar.
prepared. We should explore one of the other 2
The
options.
Zinthar.
Perhaps the manhole.
Look,
Zendikar?
hang on. I want
Yes?
to ask Tricky Bastard. I want to ask him. Does the way without the yellow circle lead around to the place we're going, or is the only way to get there the yellow circle way?
Tricky bastard
question.
opens his beak,
I
and you
think we
hear,
should keep following the yellow circles.
you hear, "Follow the yellow signs through the sewers."
I knew it. He'd be of use. Thank you, tricky bastard.
I mean, he had already given us.
But that will take us directly to the enemy, is my
Information.
feeling. Perhaps there is
We're
something
not
valuable
supposed to
we
be
can
going
look up.
towards the enemy.
Yes.
You should let the bird go.
Of course.
I think
Yes,
there might
thank
be
you,
something of
Ricky.
value, like maybe some sort of weapon or a discovery we could use against him, because I don't know if we're adequately prepared to face such a formidable foe at this time.
We've done so well so far.
You've done so well. Oh, sorry. You've done so well so far.
The two of you make a
Right.
good point.
I will
What do you
tell
guys say? Shall we go straight headlong into danger, or shall we explore up the manhole?
Headlong into danger.
It's
I want
not
to
know-
follow the signs.
I'm covered in slime. I smell terrible. I need a bath. I say let's just get this over
Are
with.
you giving up now?
No, we
not giving
just saying
up.
we keep
I'm not-
going. We
I'm
follow
saying
the
let's
signs.
take the yellow brick road
I'm
and go.
with Alpha. I'm with Alpha on this. We follow the signs.
Well, I
Follow the
feel
signs.
that I
That's
am.
what I'm saying follow the signs. We're
I am
all on the same
outnumbered
team.
here. I would like to explore, but I am outnumbered, so I will follow along with the team. Because
All
if
right.
anything, I believe in the cohesion of our unit.
Thank you, Graham.
That's all I have to say.
I
Okay.
believe in the cohesion of our unit. You hear repeated.
Someone should really keep a close eye on the bird.
Oh,
Yes,
are you going in
someone
the same
please.
order?
All right, yes, I push the bird in front of me. I say, all right, tricky bastard, I'm right behind you.
I will hang back. I'll be behind, and I will be watching close behind us.
I'll be behind
I'll be-
Fitz with the torch.
Alrighty.
And I'm
So-
behind the crowd.
As you move forward, you
Keep an
continue
eye.
down the sewage, a foot deep still. You do feel that it's probably slightly inclined in the direction you're going, just because the water is flowing that way. You eventually come to a circular area in which the water parts and goes around what seems to be some type of column in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and start drawing it. Oh, God, what's that?
That's not a column.
It's not a
I want to go back to the manhole.
Oh my god.
And you're going down. Can you see that? Yeah.
Yes.
Downtown.
Downtown. And it comes into a circular room and goes up in one direction and then down in the other direction. And then on the far left side, as you're looking in, by the way, you're coming from this direction. On the far left side, as you come in, you can see there's actually a what do you call it? A stone walkway that would allow you to get out of the sewage. And on that stone walkway, you see a door there, a stone door. Probably Zenakobi and Alpha would also notice that on your left, you see what looks to be an arrow slit, like you would see on a castle. And then, oh, sorry, and there's also this column in the middle. And then you see on the other side another arrow slit. Like that.
What do we do, guys?
Arrow.
Can we hear anything?
Almost like a keyhole, possibly. If you could put an arrow in there, you might be able
Do
to
a-
unlock something. Am I right?
Do a perception check.
That's exactly what I was going to think.
You both can do a perception check then.
Right.
Hey, where's
I'm
the...
not going to do a perception check. I'm not very.
I have
see if
no
I can-
perception.
Oops.
Right now,
can
just
go- Zenakobi suddenly realizes that we're in a sewer. That's it.
I'm currently distracted by Thank you and Raina, who's looking a bit shifty. He's not really looking shifty.
Are you at all distracted by my chiseled biceps, Zenakobi? I mean, they're
No.
right there. They're
I've
right
seen
there for
many
you to
human
see.
like you come and go.
What's your strength bonus? Greyhide?
My strength bonus. Let's see.
Let's see.
Where would I
you guys
find
roll.
a strength bonus?
Top
here
left.
we go. +2.
It's better than most.
A slightly above average bicep. Who could resist? Zenokobi could. That's who.
Will of Iron on that one.
Yeah,
I'm
Alpha,
like,
you're listening. You're listening. You hear them kind of bickering about stuff behind you, and you're listening, and you don't hear anything other than the usual water sludging along. And number 2 happened. Oh, you can't even see him in this dark background.
Oh yeah.
The ghost of the cat.
Ghost.
I'm sure he'll catapult to Zenokobi's screen eventually.
Yes. I put down my sword and my cats will come back.
I'm going to lean into the bird.
Sorry.
I'm going to lean into the bird and I'm going to say, Tricky bastard, do you know anything about this circle?
Tricky bastard. He thinks for a second. And then says, in a loud voice, Xanathar gives his regards, and he runs forward to the stone.
Catch
To
him!
the stone area.
Wait!
No, maybe he'll lead us. Maybe he'll lead us on.
I swear to
He
God.
He
runs
hasn't
over
led
there.
us wrong so far.
Oh,
So
I don't
you
know.
trust
because
him?
Are you going to
somebody
do
should
anything?
stop him.
Fitz, you're the
Oh,
only
no.
one who's in range to actually do anything about that if you want to do something.
Please do something about this bird.
Quick him, grab
I'm
him.
going to tackle him. I'm going to dive forward. Play Tricky and I'm going to jump forward and grab his
All right.
leg.
Oh,
Roll an athletics check. It's opposed
God, I'm going to
athletics.
get my face wet in this horrible sludge, aren't I?
Ooh.
Athletics check 9.
Yeah, you grab a wing, but he's slimy from both the slime on your hands and the being in the sewer since he's like halfway into it, and it just slips right out as he runs over to that area.
Ugh.
That's weird.
If
Does anything shoot him?
Sorry, my Surface is about to die soon. But I'll give you one shot if you want, Alpha, since you probably had your weapon out and ready. Well, no, you were kind of far in the back. Nah.
yeah, I was like behind, like the bird, behind Fitz, behind. Yeah.
Behind Greyhide, yep. No, he goes and he gets up on that stone ledge there, and you hear as he pushes stone against stone to open that door. And he runs
Here we
through.
go. We need
Oh
to
my God,
catch
he
this
opened it.
bird. We are responsible for this bird.
We need to run after it. He just opened the door. He's our way in.
Okay, I decided to run
Okay.
after the bird because nobody's moving.
Is everybody else running after, or are they gonna wait?
Yes, I choose to go.
I mean,
I
face
trust
searching.
Tricky. I think he's got our best interest in heart. I'm going to let him go.
No.
He hasn't let us down once.
You concern me greatly, sir.
I'm gonna.
Rather than doing it and
He is
agreeing
part
to
of this
it go to
party.
bed.
I mean, I trust him too, but I mean, if he's gonna run through there, I'm gonna follow him. So I'm gonna follow him.
All right.
I will,
So
I
you
will
all,
follow along, yes.
all right.
I'll
You
go
all
after
run
him. I won't
after
attack
him.
him. I won't stop.
Some of you more frantically than others. As you run through the circular area, going towards that stone area, Fitz, you're probably the first one.
Someone should have
And-
stayed back.
Oh, this is true.
Well, I would stay back, but I'd rather go headlong into danger.
I feel like if I stay back,
Does
then
a 16 hit
another-
Fitz?
Does a 16 hit Fitz?
Something is
Fitz's
hitting.
armor. Well, my AC's a 12, so I guess it does, doesn't it?
Your AC shouldn't be a 12.
I thought it was 16. No.
It used to be 17. I changed it. Oh, did I not push where?
Yeah, you might have
Did
to
you
equip.
take off your breastplates?
I didn't mean to. I thought I was still wearing it.
A breastplate
Yeah.
would add 4 to whatever you have.
Yes, so it's 16 then.
Okay, so it barely hits. You feel the jab from the side. As you look down, you see an arrow sticking out of you, and you see the eyes of of what appears to be a goblin in the arrow slit, knocking another arrow.
Look out,
Not that-
guys! We're being shot at. Oh, I've
Are
been
you
hit.
saying those arrow slits are being used to fire arrows at us? I didn't see that coming!
That's exactly
That's
what
what he
I'm
looks
saying.
like.
That's exactly what it is.
Guys,
It's a trap.
Why didn't I
God.
see that coming? I'm so
Perfect.
bad at this!
you're happy we brought this fucking bird now. Are you sure?
Damn it, cheeky bastard.
Delicious bird.
I
Perfect.
trusted you. I trusted you.
Let's see.
We all trusted you.
How's your
And so-
Achilles
and so-
tendon? Did it hit you in the Achilles tendon? I hope not.
No, it's sort of.
Can I strap the bird now?
The last one,
What?
from the other arrow slit, because you see there's two of them, and as you get
Oh,
close
no.
to the stone ledge, the other arrow slit, an arrow flies out towards Greyhide. It got a 10, which I don't think hits you. And Greyhide, not known as the most dexterous person, just continues on, dink, right off his armor.
This is like Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. That first, cave he's in.
Yeah.
So this is
Spoil it for
terrifying.
me, I haven't seen it! I'm just kidding.
That was almost fighting words. So you go through you follow through that stone door that he crept through, right?
Yes.
No.
Headlong
I-
into danger, I might add. Headlong.
At
This-
this point,
I
There's
kind of-
no one staying behind.
I want to stop and throw my dagger through the arrow slit into the face of that rude goblin.
Okay. It is an
That
arrow
makes
slit, so it'll be a hard hit to do, but you certainly can try.
I'm
Go
very
for it.
upset.
Try rolling a 20. Do your best.
Thank you.
Does anyone else
Me
want
and
to do
my-
anything with the arrow slits as they go by?
So I went first because I wanted to stop that bird from getting away because I felt that was a bad idea. So just in relation to everybody else, I'm just trying to visualize.
Yeah, we
where
can say you're slightly in front of them, so you're the first to get to the stone door. But if you wanted to shoot something as you went by the arrow slots, you could.
Have I? How far is the Kinku in front of me?
for a while.
You imagine he's probably about 15 feet ahead of you, but looking into this corridor that he opened, you can see it actually goes up like this a bit, and you lose sight of him because it takes a turn.
So I throw my dagger. I roll a 15 plus the 4 is a 19. Just right into the
Got
A
this.
19.
asshole.
That's
That's
honestly
what I
going to
say.
be very close. If I can find... Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. It's not going to show me. So 19. It gets plus 5 AC because of its 3/4 cover in the arrow slit. So you needed a 20 to hit it. The arrow dink right off the edge. It just goes askew a little bit and bounces off, almost getting at the arrow slit exactly, but just barely missing.
Damn. What do I have to roll to pick my dagger back up out of the sludge as I keep running by?
You don't have to roll anything. You just have to spend another turn going back, getting it, and then continuing on.
I'm gonna get shot again, aren't I?
You got
Possibly.
this, Fitz. You've got to
Oh, this
dexterity like
What's-
I've never seen it.
What's Alpha gonna do?
So, what if can I go? Because I feel it's a really bad idea to let this bird get away. So
You're gonna
I
keep
wanna
going
go
forward?
after- I'm gonna go
Okay.
forward, and you guys, do you want to stay behind and deal with this
I'll keep my eye
situation?
on
Arrow
it.
slits.
And we can catch up. We can catch up later.
Absolutely, that works for me.
Yeah, that works. You can persist, but
Got
don't,
your back.
but don't hurt. Ruffle his feathers if you must, but please don't hurt
Yes,
my
I'm gonna-
tricky bird.
Down, especially
bring-
for running.
I don't answer. Greyhide.
If
Just
you
keep
must
going after
harm
the
him,
bird.
can you save me a little bit of white meat? That's my favorite.
We're not eating the bird. The bird is not for food.
Then why?
Uh,
What are you
Yeah.
11 herbs and spices for? Zounds! Anyway,
What do you mean?
I always carry 11 herbs and spices in my kit, but that's just for
I don't understand you at all.
You do catch up with the bird, and
Love
you
that.
see it waddling along. It is in front of you though, and let me draw out a bit of what you see as you go forward. Since this would be your action, since you don't effectively you instead of doing something with your action, you just choose to keep running after it, right? So you come and you see a room to your left as you go in, and the bird runs to the right,
Oh.
this way.
Before I follow there, I'm gonna roll a perception check, just to.
Unless you're going to stop and take time to do that, you're just going to
Okay.
basically use your passive perception, which
Okay.
is decent, and you'd be able to look around and see that this room just looks like it has a bunch of rotting stuff in it, some rusty weapons possibly, but without a closer look, that's basically the idea you get from the room. The hallway goes down. It actually turns in. Ooh, that's the wrong color. Sorry. It turns into another room right here, which you're not far enough to see what's in that room. But the Kinku continues to run north.
Do I have visuals on him?
Yeah, you have a visual on him. He's basically you're right here, and the Kinku's like right here.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can I shoot an arrow at him?
You can next round, but this round you spent your action that you would usually attack to catch up with him.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
So what is Greyhide gonna do as running through this? Is he gonna continue on, or is he gonna stop and do something with the goblins,
So,
or anything else you could think of?
in clarification, are the goblins accessible, or are they protected by these slits and just firing at us, or do I see a goblin?
They have cover. Yeah, you can see their eyes through the slit. They have cover because arrow slits are made to give the person who's shooting cover, and so they basically get in D&D terms. If you have half cover, you get a +2 to your AC, and if you have 3/4 cover, which is what they have, you get a +5 to your AC. So basically, you can still hit them. They just get a +5 to their armor class.
I feel in the heat of the moment, in the heat of battle, I'm going to change tactics because I don't think staying and fighting these things is a benefit. They're just going to keep shooting at us with an advantage. I think I want to
But what if
pursue
they're
and
magical creatures?
I want to follow along where Alpha went and keep pursuing the bird.
Okay.
And keep going on because I don't think there's much for us in this room. I'm going to pursue Alpha, and
right.
the birdie McBirderson.
You follow, you catch up with Alpha, you see what she sees that I explained, except you don't really have a good idea what's in that room over there because Alpha's generally a bit better at perception, but you just know there's some refuge and old stuff over in that room. But yeah, you see the bird as well over where that X is. My Surface just died, so I need to go plug it in. I'll be right back.
Well, let's entertain our audience, or let's slip into talking about pop culture. Have a little pop culture
Deeply
break.
betrayed.
Also, feel free to read the chat.
Oh, let's see what's
Yes.
going on in
Who
the
is
chat.
Dark
We're
Lord
talking
Blood?
about Dark Crystal. Someone compared our birdie friend to a Skeksis from Dark Crystal, which I thought was an apt comparison.
Yes.
My favorite
That's why
Skeksis
I
is
don't
played
know why
by.
we're trusting him.
He was my friend. He told me his name. I really liked him.
You're all phenomenal. I'm actually playing D&D right now. The best people ever. So jump on.
Dark
Come
Lord
on,
Bird.
Yeah. All right, sure. Yes, that's fine.
Oh, I think I can do a decent Skeksis impersonation, and it might not be decent. But what is it? Is it? That's basically what they say. They're like they would talk and then they would say.
Are you sure that's not Yoda? It's very
Well,
Yoda.
no.
Well,
actually,
Frank Oz
Frank
is one of the puppeteers.
Yes, Frank
So,
Oz is.
boom! The fact that you got that that means it was a good one. So yeah.
He does most of the Muppet voices
Ah,
in Dark Crystal. So does Mark Hamill in the new one.
Absolutely,
Which is
yeah.
phenomenal.
He plays the main Skeksis in the new one, which I
And
love.
I love it. Oh, his voice.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Oh, I just wanted to say hi, Dragonzord, Carlos, Derek. Thank you guys for joining from my TikTok.
And nobody from my TikTok. Damn you people. Actually, I don't have a TikTok, so that's why there's no
Who
one from my
else is-
TikTok.
Who else is from TikTok? If you're from TikTok, send a black heart. And also follow everyone else on this.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yes, follow me. I'm not on
Links in the
TikTok, but you
description.
can follow Brombactor on Instagram if you want to follow a mediocre Toronto actor's career.
I have recently
Aw.
begun TikToking. Generally, it's just small videos of myself crying.
Oh.
Well, I'll
Really?
follow that. I'd like to see that.
Cathartic. Yes.
That's why he does it.
Ridiculous. What's up? Someone just asked me a question. But hello.
Does anybody have like
I'm not
abilities in this group to see if anything's like specifically magical, like creatures or objects, or I just feel like we're in this like very unknown place.
Everything feels quite magical to me. It's a magical experience.
Definitely no on his part.
Yes, I meant like specific.
What I said wasn't helpful at all, I know.
But I do like it. It is very magical.
But I don't have those abilities. No, I'm a mere paladin. I may be able to heal from time to time or swing my trusty halberd. Is that a proper term for an axe? My trusty one-handed axe.
Two-handed polearm axe type thing.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Similar.
That's a halberd. Yeah.
So apparently my surface needs to charge a little before it'll let me. Is it even charging?
Do you have
What's
a
wrong with
surface
this thing?
charging spell? Let's just actually. We've got a number of questions. Can we run through our character classes because our audience doesn't necessarily know what our classes are? I am Brombactor, or I'm Greyhide, a paladin.
Greyhide.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I'm a high elf.
And your class though is a high. That's your race.
She
Yeah.
doesn't want to say.
Oh,
She is
okay.
a
We don't have. Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
I'm a
She's
high
high.
elf artificer.
yes.
Artificer.
What are you high on, Zinakobi?
Magic
Life.
Human
and
blood.
wonder.
Human blood.
Oh, human blood. Mm.
Wait, but I'm
Yeah.
human.
It keeps coming to the left bit.
Well, okay.
Fitzjeffrey, what are you? Some sort of roguish, dapper gentleman, or again secretive?
Oh, do you know? I'm really trying to keep things sort of secretive
Unhelpful? Okay, yeah.
while I'm sort of investigating something very close to me.
Are you?
So, I mean, I'm not. I suppose you've probably noticed that I'm not actually an overweight member of the local militia.
Of course.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if that's come out, but I don't. You know, I'm trying to keep a low profile.
To be fair, I don't think Fitzjeffrey would know what to call himself at this point.
That's fair. Yes.
Sitting.
Everyone seems to know you, though.
Well, no, I'm trying. Is this now? Do we get?
No, it's let's save it for the story because we're technically outside of the confines of the story. So if this is to be
Yeah,
revealed, let it be
we're just-
revealed
yeah.
within
We're just casually
Zinakobi,
chatting. And
your
gobbling
dog and your
pirates
cat.
through-
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Are you sure
we were
you're
just
not
seeing like a tail behind you.
Oh, the.
And
Yeah.
he'll play with the tail too, so it's absolutely
it.
right.
That's very cute.
You still haven't
Okay.
met my cat Charlie. He'll pop by one of these
Charlie!
days. He's a ginger boy. I love him. I love him so
Mm.
much.
I love
Charlie
you.
and the chocolate.
Ginger.
He's a ginger
I
boy.
like it.
Anywho, my surface is back up. Hopefully it stays up.
And Alpha, do we have a class from you, or also secretive
Ranger.
and unhelpful? Ranger. Oh, that's good. You're good for tracking.
But
Oh, wonderful.
Alpha,
That's why you're
That is
tracking.
absolutely sexy, though.
Oh, character.
A
Dandelion.
female ranger.
Dandelion. I don't know what that means, but I'll take it. Who's Dandelion? Anyone?
What?
Dandelion.
Oh, yeah, from the Witcher series. He's in a few,
Wait,
two of them.
Who's a witcher?
Who's the
No,
Witcher?
he's saying
It's
Fitz
the
reminds
TV
him of
series.
Dandelion.
I know the Witcher. I was. Sorry,
He's
what
asking
did
who
you
is
say?
the Witcher. The closest one is Greyhide, which is not a,
Oh,
not a
no.
good comparison.
I don't know. I think Alpha's a
Oh
very good
no!
Witcher.
Listen, Greyhide is early in his journey. He will still impress you at some point. He's it's early in my journey.
Fine, that
He's
was
impressed
very
me.
fine. It doesn't
Several.
quite.
Yeah.
How does the song go?
Toss a
Give
coin to your Witcher.
toss a coin to your paladin.
Mhm.
He's not a sponsor, but if you ever want to see an awesome version of that song, go check out Dan Vask on YouTube doing
Ooh.
"Toss a Coin to Your Witcher." He's amazing. Just
I will,
imagine
as
that
soon as
song,
he
but heavy
sponsors
metal.
us.
Ooh.
No, he's
As
definitely
soon as
not
he
as
sponsors
cute
us,
as
I will
Joe.
check it out.
Yes, I am too. I love a good version of a song.
Hey!
And I'm not actually helping him out at all because he has more views of his video than the original soundtrack on YouTube has. So
No, that's amazing.
it's like 17 million or some crazy thing like that.
And how many million do we have watching right now? Just 14
About 5.
million, right? Well, 5 million.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
we can do
okay.
better.
We're getting there.
We can do better.
So I
5
still
million.
got an arrow
Yes.
in my side.
Yes, you still have an arrow in your side. Alpha, but I think the only person who hasn't
Only
gone
5
yet
million. Jeez.
is Mark. I think Grey Heist still hasn't done
Zenekobi?
anything yet. Oh no, you
Well, I
went forward, so
caught
it's
up
only
to
Zenekobi.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Zenekobi.
So
I
Zenekobi's the
just
only
did a
one
movement on my
who
turn.
hasn't gone yet.
Zenekobi, watch out! There's goblins in the arrow slits.
First of all, the casuals. Third of all, I've got this. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I've got this.
There's goblins in
Sure.
the arrow slits. A little goblin in my arrow slits.
So since it's been a second,
How do you fix it there?
the
Where'd
Alpha
the tune
and Greyhide ran forward through the stone door, following after the Kinku, after
Oh, God.
Tricky Bastard. The Fitz took an arrow in the side and tried throwing a dagger through the arrow slit and missed, but just barely.
You lost your dagger.
Yes, well, I can
Forever.
see it. It's right there. It's, slowly
Yes.
sinking into the sludge.
I feel like Fitz is always losing his weapons.
Yes.
Valid.
That's accurate.
Snap!
Although he's pretty using that.
That's almost a compliment.
He's
Thank you.
he's had some good hits, for sure.
Do you know, I've got my moans. I've got my moans.
I think the problem is Fitz doesn't know that there's numbers between 1 and 20. He only rolls 1s and 20s, and he doesn't realize you can roll numbers in between.
I'm a real roller coaster of a fighter, high highs, low lows.
I go 5s.
Yeah.
All
That's
in or all out.
All
Yeah.
the years of training I have. My dice.
Yeah. And do you wanna do something? Do you wanna throw a firebolt or
Yes,
anything
I would
else?
like to throw a firebolt at the frickin' orcs.
Awesome.
There we go.
Whoa, she
Hold
can
on.
make fireballs. That's
No,
good.
no. I'm trying. I'm focusing. You're not letting me focus.
You're really not.
focus. This is your fault. It's your
Yeah.
fault I didn't focus. That I missed.
Wait, what did you roll?
I think she's mad at me.
The firebolt just goes into the water and fizzes out.
Ugh.
Uh,
Silence. That's it. To save you.
I appreciate it thoroughly. I didn't mean to distract you with my
So next round,
dagger.
the goblins are going to take one more shot at one at Fizz, one at Zenekobi.
Oh, God.
Fizz, it whizzes by you. and-
Finally,
ooh,
because I'm
Zenekobi.
bending down to get my dagger, so it goes over my head.
You got a 23 to hit on the one that's shooting at you.
What is going on with my camera?
Uh-oh.
Sorry
Look
about
out.
Camera check. The whizzes, the dagger, sorry, not the dagger, the arrow from the arrow slit hits you dead on, and it does, it's the wrong one,
Excuse my language.
and it does 6 damage as it gets past your armor, and you have an arrow sticking out of right under your clavicle.
Ooh,
Oh,
should we just run
Might-
away down the door?
might need
or
a
should we-
It might need a paladin.
Anywho,
Well, I'm a paladin.
May the gods save me.
what are
Wait a second.
let's resolve Fitz and Zenekobi first. What are you guys gonna do in the guys and gals
Go
gonna do in the
Then it
circle
could be, should we
area?
run for it? Because there's
for it.
what?
What do you mean? We're already here.
Well,
Attack
yes,
them.
well, there's
You not
stuff.
see I've been slain?
I'm sorry. Oh God, fine. You're almost as domineering
Use
as my
your-
mother.
Inhuman dexterity and save us.
Fine. How close is this goblin? Is it within 5 feet?
Easily
Can I-
it's like 5 feet away from you. You could easily just walk forward and
Just take my
Tried to
rapier,
skewer it.
Oh, I need a healer.
stab it through the arrow hole, just right over its bones.
Alrighty.
In the eye.
Roll an attack.
Alright. I'm gonna roll my rapier. I'm gonna hold it right up to it and just. Okay, 10 plus 7.
Ooh,
Ugh.
not quite. It's
How-
really hard to hit in that arrow slit. Your sword kind of skids off the side of the arrow slit and it goes to the side.
Guys,
a
I
little
think
bit
you
as it goes
should.
inside.
I think you should head over this way. We're not any good in this fight.
You still have a little bit of movement if you want to do something.
Can I pick up my dagger because I'm just really feel naked without it?
Yeah, it's right there, where you are.
Let's pick it up.
Using it.
Well, I'm
Okay.
trying. This is
I admire the
extremely-
dexterousness of how he recovers his dagger.
Technically,
I
you can
say
attack
bravo.
with your
Thank you.
bonus action with your
Guys, I
dagger if you
love
want.
this conversation, but I'm
Yes, I pick up my dagger and I just fire it into the hole.
Oh, you're gonna throw
I
it.
say fire in the hole as I do it. Fire in the hole!
All right.
Douchebag goblin.
That's inspiring. I'm inspired.
Since I'm
Thank
an
you.
elf, can I just rip the arrow from me?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I
It-
did not.
I was gonna say that
dagger.
it clangs into the place, but it doesn't even. You don't even hit the arrow slit. It just hits the wall next to the arrow slit and falls down right at your feet.
I'm sorry. I really thought that would go differently. I really did.
You have a little bit of movement left if you want to move.
Go ahead and leave me. You've already left me to.
Look, why don't we just go run that way? You know, would that be so bad? Let's just walk out of here.
Walk out of here!
Yes.
Someone who was not shot by an arrow. I said
All right,
we continue.
stagger out of here then. Stagger out of here. Why don't we
You
just stagger
going
out?
to honestly let Alpha stay alone?
No, Alpha's following the bird. It's just you and I in here. Look, why don't we just run after them?
What are you doing?
Yeah. What's Grey Eye doing?
No,
Rainier.
Rainier.
Oh, sorry, Rainier.
Oh, Rainier is still there. That's true.
Bastard.
Rainier will
any
come
help,
up.
Rainier, you want to help out?
He'll come up and he'll
Run.
try to stab the bird as well. Through, I mean, not the bird, the goblin through the hole. He comes next to you.
If he manages to stab the goblin after I've tried 3 times, I'm going to be extremely
Not only did he stab, he crit. So
Sure.
we're-
Yeah. All right. Oh, Rainier. He stabbed the goblin.
4. I didn't roll very good. 5. Did 9 damage. Oh, but it's enough. Yeah, you see him kind of lunge forward with his rapier as he sticks it into the arrow slit, and you hear it, "Ah!" And then he kind of like pulls the rapier out, and you see the goblin slump over on the other side.
Thank you, Rainier. It's very
He
useful.
then he runs to the other arrow slit and takes an attack with his dagger, offhand.
He's good at killing goblins, I feel.
He actually hits.
I'm glad he
surprisingly.
didn't hit me, yes.
But he stabs in at the goblin a little bit, and you hear the goblin going, "Rah!" But it's still up and trying to shoot.
Well,
What does
glad we
Zenokobi
brought-
want to do?
What do I want to do? Can I heal
Yeah.
myself?
You could, if you want. You can cast Cure Wounds.
I'd like to heal my wound.
But it'll take your last spell slot.
2 goblins. One in
Yeah.
each arrow slit.
No, never mind. I'll suffer through the pain. Alright,
You're going to be alright there, Zenokobi.
I'm trying. Can I run next to Greyhide?
Yeah, you can start heading towards them. Through
yeah.
the stone door and
Give
around
me
the
a
corner.
hard time. Oh, you're going to leave me, she said, leaving us.
Alright, Fitz. I believe we should take your advice. And let's
Ah.
head over to Greyhide.
Now you take my advice.
Greyhide.
Then
What?
let's have a let's
how-
have an
sorry,
opposed.
How many
I was gonna say,
goblins
let's have
are
a-
there?
Oh, there was just 2. Let's have an opposed dexterity check between Greyhide, Alpha, and the Kinku to see who acts first.
Who is the most dexterous, I would say? Let's roll for dexterity.
He rolled a 20, by the way.
Oof.
I got a total of 9.
Oh,
I
I'm
rolled a
normally a lot more
16.
dexterous, but
My surface just died again. Are you giving me a break?
Very slippery. I also
It's
didn't catch it.
rusty.
Yeah, he heads down the stairway. If you can see on the map, since my surface died, I can't draw anymore. But at the top left, you see the X and then some lines above it. That's stairs going down, and you hear his little gnarled legs and and you hear in the distance, Xanathar sends his regards.
Ugh.
That tricky bastard.
As his head dips down. You guys can still go.
I think he is helping us. I still believe he's leading us to the.
Now hold on.
Yes.
He led us the right way.
He's leading us somewhere.
Exactly.
But
I agree with Alpha.
To fortune.
Yeah, so
Right.
you run up to the stairs there, and you look down, and at the bottom of the stairs, it immediately takes a right, and so you can keep running down that way. And there's a bit of a long hall. He's just going around the corner by the time you get there. If you want, you can take a shot at him, but it would be at disadvantage, which means you roll twice and take the lower.
I'm gonna try and take a shot at him. Because he's like pretty far ahead of us right now, right?
I
Yeah.
believe in you.
You're going to
Yeah,
take a
he's
shot at our friend?
No,
not
no,
our
no,
friend.
no.
I'm taking a shot at him.
He's making
Yep.
a
I
point.
don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, morally,
I could give you Chris and I would. You got this.
19.
18. Ooh.
Not bad.
19. And then I roll again.
Yep. Yeah, you roll again and take the lower.
So 19 is the lower.
That's a good shot.
Sorry, I'm trying to plug in my surface while you're going. That'll hit actually. That
Yes.
19 was the lowest one. Wow, good rolls.
19 was my lowest. Damage.
I'm gonna have to kill him.
11.
Yeah. Go ahead. 11 damage.
Oh no.
You know that's
Probably
really close.
just hit his foot or his leg.
Didn't make a good shot though.
I mean, it's a fantastic shot, but
But what
I
is
hope-
it?
I
Maybe
hope
it
we
slows
didn't
him down
lose
and we
him.
can catch up with him at least.
Oh yeah. He takes it, and you hear in the back. You hear. You just see his beak open, and no sound comes out, and he keeps stumbling forward though.
Oh,
This bird.
Tricky! My friend!
Go catch him.
Please don't attack him again. Hey, he might still be alive. We've got to save Tricky.
Like,
He's clearly still alive, but we can't just let him run free. Like, I don't
Thank
trust
you.
this bird. And neither should you.
Well, he's slowed down anyway, and
I
And
didn't
if
want
you
to
kill
bring him
him-
along in the first place.
please let me have a drumstick. He has 2 of them. Let me have at
First
least
of all, you
one of
want
the
to have the
drumsticks.
bird, now you want to eat the bird. You hear yourself.
Are you gonna keep running forward,
Wait.
Greyhound?
Go catch the bird.
I keep running.
We'll catch
Yeah.
him, yes.
You can actually run ahead of Alpha because Alpha took that shot to hurt it. But because she had to do that, she had to stop and slow down and aim. You actually run forward and ahead of Alpha.
We need to actually just kill this bird. Okay? We need to be done with this
Don't
bird.
kill the
He's
bird,
just gonna bring
just-
us more trouble. You can't trust him.
Where's it going?
You call it trouble. I call it adventure.
Well, that's lovely.
You can argue with me.
Part of the adventure is
Listen,
killing this bird.
do not let them kill the bird, Fitz. Run. Run after him. I'm hurt, otherwise I would faster pass you in running. Go
Would
catch
you
him.
really?
I
Do you
would
really
actually.
think so? I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
that's true.
do.
I'm not sure. I don't know if
You've
that's
been here
accurate.
250 years. You've been here how long?
Oh, well, okay, sure, you're a little older, but that doesn't mean you can run faster. If anything, I
Yeah.
think that would slow you down.
Okay.
Let's
How-
do it. Let's have a duel.
A
When I'm
running
getting
duel?
better, at my best.
Oh,
Please, let's stay united, my friends. Let's stay
Kill the
united. in
bird,
this mission.
Greenhide!
Don't kill the bird. Don't let Greyhound
Is it my
kill the
turn?
bird. Fitz, come
Kill the
on.
bird!
I mean, it will. I'm just in stasis waiting.
What is Fitz gonna do? And Rainier seems to be watching what you're doing, like he's gonna follow what you do.
Save the bird.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently I'm useless at killing goblins, so I'm going to run after the bird.
All right. Rainier follows suit as they run off.
Can I tell Rainier to stay and kill the other goblin? Rainier,
Yeah,
no,
sure.
You stay here. You're great at this. Keep killing goblins. That's your
right.
game. That's your bag, baby.
The
We'll go
goblin's
get the
gonna
bird,
take
you go
a
get the
shot at
goblin.
Rainier and miss, and then Rainier will take out his rapier and stab twice, thrusting
No!
forward twice, and
Yes.
and hit it.
Yes, kill the goblin.
Oh,
And you hear the gurgling
What did you
sounds
think
of
he
a
was-
goblin choking on its blood on the other side.
See, I told you, he's
slumps.
good at that.
The sweetest sound of all. A
he's
goblin
Sound of goblin
choking,
death.
gurgling on its own blood.
wonderful.
I am
So
impressed, actually.
that is he finishes that, and then
With an axe.
you continue on, and just as you around the corner, as you go, just as you round the bend here, as you're going this way, you see them
Yes.
go down the stairs and
Okay.
descend below.
Well, I
let's see.
follow after them.
By the way, do you guys think
Run.
this looks better, or would you rather it be like this?
That's pretty cool. I like this. I like this
Yeah,
look.
That's kind of
Yeah.
nice, actually. Yeah.
And I
Okay.
think it might attract more attention for new Twitch viewers to see that glorious map. Yeah.
Let me make myself the same size as you guys real quick. Okay.
Oh
What's
my God.
what witchery is that? What spell have you just used?
He's a
It's a
magician.
potion of shrinking. I love it.
Okay, guys, let's continue. Yeah, so you keep chasing after them as the bird eventually goes into a room at the end of the hallway there. It breaks out into a room. I have the wrong color on.
So even with all his hobbling, we haven't caught up to him.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's where he was going around when you did your when you shot him. He was going into that room, and you start seeing blood on the ground. And he's still saying as he goes, "Xanathar sends its regards."
What does that mean, tricky bastard? It's not helping.
I think he's leading us there.
You know, Alpha
He
just shot
remembers this
Tricky
place.
in the back for no good reason. I just want to put that
No good-
out there.
So you guys run forward. You're actually the first
Doing
to
us
get
a
into the
favor.
room, Greyhide. And you
Ah.
see there's a door at the bottom right there. This room itself seems to have just some straw mattresses. Really cheap, only slightly moldy mattresses filled with straw. There's 3 of them in this room, unused. Though they do look as though they are in use at some point. You continue in that room and you see a wooden door at the bottom right. And you see Tricky Bastard running towards that door.
I will say, I'll ignore the mattresses. They are of no interest to a paladin. And I will head straight for the door and say, "Stand aside, fair Tricky!" And then I will boot the door down with all of my might.
Now I've got a question. I've got a question. Are you saying that because you're a paladin, you don't sleep on a mattress?
I say that when I am in the thick of battle and hurling headlong into danger, such trivialities as mattresses and straw are of no interest to a noble mind and courageous heart of a paladin.
Right.
Yes.
Clearing that up.
All right, I just wanted to clarify. So yeah, I do sleep. I do sleep on a lovely bale of straw in my humble abode. But
All right, so you go down there with. It would take your turn to get there. Tricky Bastard's already trying to push open the door, and you come by ready to kick it open.
Oh my.
Alpha, you catch up, and you see it into the room just enough. It takes your movement to get to the beginning of this room here, and you can see in. You see what's going on with Greyhide about to kick open the door, with Tricky Bastard trying to push it open.
Okay. Can I shoot another shot at the bird?
Yep.
no.
And is there anything about the room like that I perceive that might be, I don't know, dangerous or?
with your passive
Oddly.
perception,
Yeah.
you look around real quick, and it just looks like some type of room that people sleep in, and it looks like it is in use. Things look disheveled here and there, but not so disheveled like it's in disarray or anything like that. So, but you don't see any threats or. Yeah, it looks like it's probably used on a daily basis type thing, but you don't see any threats or traps or anything like that.
Okay, I try and shoot the bird.
No, you're going to kill the bird.
Let's
What
go
are you
save
doing,
him.
Alpha? Please!
I'm trying.
Mercy on our feathered friend!
So close to rolling a 20. 14.
Oh,
That's enough. You shoot
No.
the bird, roll the damage.
No.
oh no.
Actually, there's no way. Yeah. Describe what happens to the bird when you shoot it.
Oh no. No.
Rolled
The
a
tricky
6
bastard.
damage.
No.
Hey,
Well, I hit it, but it's not a very strong hit. It just kind of flops forward.
Beak first
towards
into the
door.
ground.
Beak first, but he doesn't die, but he stops.
Okay,
Right.
so you knock him out.
Yeah, which is
He
enough
is
for that.
bleeding, and he has a chance
No.
of dying. But he's
I can save him.
Friend,
yeah.
we've led you
I just,
astray
I
into
ignore
danger.
from that point. I don't need him.
Why?
All right. By this time, everybody else catches up. What is Greyhide's perception skill?
How can I think about perception?
great.
I'm in mourning. A friend has fallen. Okay, let me roll perception.
that's your answer.
No,
right?
don't roll it.
I
Just
did
I
want
just
to
need
say
to
that.
know what your bonus is. I just want to see what your
Plus
passive
3.
perception is.
Plus
Plus 3. Okay.
Pretty good.
It's all right. You do hear some mumbling on the other side of the door, like, but you can't really make it out. But you ignore that because you're
Tricky.
concentrating on something else.
Tricky.
You see Tricky
As
on the ground bleeding out. By this time, Zinakobi and Fritz will catch up into the room. Rainier hasn't catched up yet.
What would be a way to save him?
You see Tricky on the ground.
How tricky.
Here's
And
money.
So can I, without having any healing powers, can I attempt to wake him up?
You can try a medicine check to wrap his wound so he doesn't bleed out.
Okay, sure. I'll wrap him up quick. Medicine check.
Don't waste your
Plus
time.
0. Oh, 19. Okay. I
Wow.
wrap up his wounds.
Yeah, no problem. You're actually able to stabilize him so he doesn't bleed out. He would have
If you all had
one
kept
turn
an eye
to-
on this bird like you were supposed to, this wouldn't have happened.
We were a little bit preoccupied by the goblin shooting us.
He was
It was
leading
your
us to the
responsibility.
treasure. I believe he was leading
I
us
told
to
you from the
treasure
beginning I
instead-
didn't trust him, and I told you you have to watch him, and nobody watched him, so that's what happens. I don't
Alpha.
trust
He
him.
was
I-
right
with your
in front of
with-
Fitz.
with your ranger
Absolutely.
ears. You hear in the other room. Did you hear that? Can't check out what's going there. It's really muffled, but
So-
you make out. Did you hear
Everything
that?
cut. Shh,
Like
guys.
Yeah.
Guys, I hear something. I hear it. Shh. Okay, guys, quiet. Some voices on the other side of the door. We need to think what we're gonna do next.
I'm going to draw my sword and stand over Tricky's prostrate body, prepared to defend him.
What?
Prostrate?
Do I recognize any other
Prostrate.
language?
The word.
Do I
Not
recognize
prostrate.
any other language being spoken, or is it just common tongue?
it seems common, and it
Okay.
seemed like someone just said, "Go check out what that noise was."
Okay. Guys, they are coming. I can hear people coming on this side of the door.
What are you
is
guys
there-
gonna do?
It's pretty much like an open room, right? There's nowhere to.
You could technically hide beside one of the beds, possibly. They're not very high because they're just straw mattresses.
I'm going
But-
to try
yeah.
hide behind. If there's a door where there's hinges, I'll hide behind where it'll swing and conceal. So if something comes out from the door, I'll be in position to attack. That's all
I'll give it a 50-50 chance of opening towards you. So even if it opens towards you. It's even. So yeah, you can do that.
Right on.
So you're hiding behind the door. What about the rest of you? What are the rest of you
I
doing?
try to hide as well.
Do
All
I
right,
have
you're gonna
time?
hide next to one of the mattresses or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Go
Do
for
I
it.
have time to drag the kinku onto a mattress and like lay down on its other side, so that it's like I'm hiding behind the kinku?
I was
On a
also
mattress.
going to have the kinky's mouth shut, if it was possible, if I could grab it and keep it quiet.
You can do that. The kinku is actually unconscious still,
Oh, that's
but
no problem.
yeah.
Then my
What do we roll? Oh, sorry, what am I rolling right now?
That's a stealth.
Oh yeah.
You can roll stealth too. Greyhide needs to roll stealth too because even though you would be out of sight, you can still make noise.
Ooh, do we all get to roll stealth? I'm very stealthy.
Yep, you would stealth too.
Will my constant sobbing
Ten.
affect my stealth? My sobbing. and
Yes.
breathing?
Yes.
Sobbing.
It will. Okay.
Greyhide, how did you roll 21? How
but
are you that stealthy?
Greyhide actually has very noisy armor though, and you have to roll twice and take the lower of the two.
Oh no, that was such a good roll.
That is a brilliant
Yeah.
roll. It's the stealthiest you've ever been in
still,
your life.
you know, when you got
Not bad.
stealth, you got stealth, is what I say.
You're holding your armor in a way that it's not like jiggling too much. And,
Sneakiest
metal
I've
against
ever
metal.
seen him.
And I stifle my sobs for the good of the team.
Okay, so I rolled a 10. It's not.
Yeah. You see,
Not.
the door swings open. And the guy, the human, with the eye tattoos all over his head,
Oh my
That guy.
god.
he
Oh my
comes in
God.
and looks around. It's the guy who started the fight in the yawning portal.
In the cavern.
And he looks around.
This.
He looks towards Alpha, and his eyes are starting to narrow a bit. And he turns over into the room that he just came from. Were you gonna do something?
No.
Okay. He
Yeah.
turns over in the room where he just came from. And he says, "There's intruders here." And he takes out his weapon and he runs towards Alpha.
Oh my god. Can I reflex cast Dancing Lights? Which is a thing that just...
We can say that you had it prepped that the moment combat would start, you would throw that out, sure.
Yes. So,
Well, that's pretty cool.
from my fingers comes my innate ability to cast beautiful, pretty lights, and they flash all around him in his eyes, confusing him.
That's brilliant. That's
Yes.
absolutely brilliant.
Well done.
I actually just remembered you also had a torch with Alpha, so that would have probably given it away too, but whatever.
That's
Sure.
probably why he saw her.
That's
yeah.
probably why I rolled a 10.
Right. Yeah. You're sitting back there and you realize the torch is still there, and then you start smelling burning hay as well, and you're like, oh crap.
Oh no.
Just
Too late.
playing.
Okay,
Roll,
just coming
roll
towards me.
initiative though.
Yeah.
No, everybody just roll initiative.
Alright, initiative.
All right, initiative.
10.
Fight him.
La-di-da.
What happens if you roll a... Oh, it's a set of 9. Never mind. It looked like a 1.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh, great.
Does that mean you got 20?
Yes.
Oh no, it means you got 22. Wow.
Wow.
Some high
My
initiative.
hero.
And then Alpha got 10. Alpha's not doing good on
10.
the rolls today.
Well, earlier, but now. Last
And then
few.
Zenokobi, what's Zenokobi's initiative?
Let's not get our hopes up yet.
15, not bad.
15? Yeah. Alright.
I could use a bit more initiative.
Yeah, are you feeling unmotivated lately?
No, I'm really, really, really discouraged with Raina and the whole attack and the fact that some reason I was distracted, couldn't save us.
Greyhide. What's Greyhide gonna do?
You do have
Immediately,
an arrow
you're
in
you're
your-
right there at the door. Obviously, you have the initiative right behind the door. What are you gonna do?
So I'm not going to use my weapons. I'm going to try and grapple this person, and I'll do a grappling pin.
All right.
Wait,
Athletics.
Is there only one person that we know of at
There's-
this time?
He turned through the doorway and spoke to someone to say there's intruders.
Okay. Then I'm gonna change my mind. Sorry, I'm gonna attack. I'm just gonna straight up attack this guy instead of grappling pin.
Get him!
All right, do the
Use your power.
And as I do this, I will say, "Huzzah!" Is that a good roll? It's a pretty good roll.
15 to hit.
Not bad.
You know.
Yeah, this guy's only wearing some leather armor. You hit a solid blow, possibly. Roll the damage.
Nice.
There you go, Greyhound.
Yeah, you sink the axe into his chest, and he looks at you almost surprised, and he recognizes you at first, and you hear him cough and say, "Damn you! I'll show you the zenith, or I'll kill you." And he coughs up some blood, and he's still there with your axe in his chest.
Oh.
This guy's
And he
devoted
spits
to
at you.
I'm slightly aroused. Look at you, Greyhide. Who knew?
My slightly larger than average bicep. I'm talking about Greyhide, not me, but Greyhide himself.
We can see. Zinnakobe. What's Zinnakobe gonna do while this happens?
Can I go to the door to look inside?
You can. You'd have to. You'd have to probably get next to the human that just got an axe in the chest in order to see in there. But you can do that if you want.
I'll kind of like hide behind him and creep over a bit.
Yeah.
Do I roll for perception, or?
No, you can. You can see what's going on. You can roll perception if you want to get details you might not just get from an easy look, but you'll see basically what's going on regardless.
All right.
When you go and look through the doorway, you see it actually opens up into another room about equal size to this room. There's 2 doors on the opposite side though. One of the doors seems to be completely barricaded with all the mattresses and furniture that were in the room up against that door. And then the other door is just a normal door that has nothing in front of it. It's another wooden door. So it opens up like this into another thing with 2 doors, and this one has a bunch of barricaded stuff against that door.
How many people are in the room?
Oh, sorry. And you see in the middle of the room, he seemingly was just pushing stuff onto the pile that was barricading the door. You see a squat figure. His skin is pale white with a tinge of purple. You see a completely white beard that's long. He's half the size, like a dwarf, and bulky. His head is shaved, and his eyes have no pupils, have no irises, completely white. But he seems to look at you as you're in the doorway. And you see he has a hammer, a giant hammer in his hand. And as you're there, you realize he's growing. He gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You see his head gets closer to the ceiling, and he seems to grow twice his size.
What in God's name?
And you hear him say, "I'll see what's going on in the other room then. Time to take out some fools."
Is he talking about us?
We might have done something wrong.
Is that Roger?
You still have an action.
Is it too late to just talk to them?
Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
If you got any spells or
I'm going
anything
to
you want to
look
use.
at my spells right now. What can I do with the grease?
You can cast it under him, and it might cause him to fall down prone.
Can I do that?
Yeah, it'll take your last spell slot, but sure.
Well, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do anything.
Well, you always have Firebolt.
Oh, this is... Hold on. But wouldn't it take the spell as well?
Firebolt, so anything that's a cantrip doesn't take a slot. You can cast those as much as you want.
Go back then. I would like to throw in them. Yes, Ghost. Give me 1 second, my love. Alright. Firebolt!
Firebolt.
Yes! Yes! That is how you throw one! Yes!
Yeah! The fireball goes.
Yes!
Finally, she hit something with it.
Yes, we did it, Ghost! We did it! Let's see the damage.
Just to remind you, this is what the guy looks like, but he's giant now.
Oh no. We gotta see the damage.
Oh.
Where is he?
So, yeah, roll the damage.
That's not the drog,
no.
is it? No, I don't think it's a
Oh, wow, max damage too. Yeah, that's the Draugr. What you see
is
here
the
is the
Draugr.
Draugr, who became twice his size. And the fireball goes out, and it hits him square in the chest, and flames all around him.
Yes.
That's
Fantastic.
gotta hurt.
That is how you do it! I fire that ghost.
Are you fighting off a drogger right now?
Right.
A Dogger. It's a Dogger.
Yeah.
It's the
Okay.
dogger.
But
It's not quite as big, but still.
the Draugr says, "Aye, you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that, elf."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's see if you could try.
But it's
No,
not even
that's
his turn yet.
cool.
So what a loser. Alpha.
What a loser.
Yes. Okay, so wait, do I still have someone coming after me? Or is that the earlier?
No,
there
no, he was stopped. His attention was grabbed by Greyhide planting an axe in his chest.
Sorry.
Okay, that was that guy. Okay.
Sorry.
But you could still shoot him.
Okay. So that the Draugr,
Yeah.
Draugr. Yeah. He's like surrounded with fire right now. Is that like?
He just got hit by a fireball, and it kind of hit him and spread out and fizzled out. But it looked like it hurt him.
Okay. Can I try and talk to him?
Sure.
And,
What do you want to say?
Yeah, I just want to know. I guess I want to talk to him in his tongue. And
What did you roll? You did were you the one who did knowledge nature? Roll knowledge nature real quick. See if you know what his tongue is. Yeah, you know he speaks deep speech. If you have that as a language.
Deep.
you undercommon.
Undercommon.
Would that
Would
not
probably work.
qualify? It would work, I think.
Yeah. It's actually been a second
Okay.
since I looked at what undercommon is, but we'll say for now that yes, he would know
I
it.
feel like you can. Like it does cover like a lot of ground. I feel like I could talk to him. Okay, so I just kind of yell at him and like in his tongue to stop, and I want to negotiate. Like, who does he work for? And yeah,
Ooh.
see what happens. Like, kind of
You
surprise
see-
him, I guess.
You see him. He looks at you, and roll persuasion first.
Where the frick?
Under the peas.
Yes.
There
Yes.
we go.
Persuade him, Alpha. Be charming.
Yeah.
He,
He looks at you, and
14.
says, "All right, you would have had to talk to him. You would have had to gone to the door next to Zinakobi. Are you okay with that?"
Yeah.
Okay. He says, "There ain't no negotiation. Zenithar sends its regards."
Oh my god, just like Tricky Bird.
That's who Tricky Bird was. Oh.
I bet it is. Right.
There he is.
Do I have another action?
Good friend Tricky Bird. Let us write to him.
It would have taken quite a
That's
bit
it.
to do that whole
That would have
talking.
taken right a bit. Okay. So
Would you have done it if you knew it was going to take your attack action?
yeah, because you never know. Like it could, if it was,
Okay.
if I had
Sure,
a
of
better,
course.
if I persuaded him better, it could have stunned, like. slowed
Yeah,
him
I just
down
want to
and
make sure I
distract-
didn't like. Yeah.
No.
that-
It could have like I was hoping to just like distract him or
Mm-hmm.
slow him down a bit, like surprise him.
Everything's
But, yeah.
cool. Then Fritz, they rolled really bad on initiative.
Yes. Well, you know, this fellow's in front of me, and Greyhide's axe is in his chest, and well, you know, I suppose there's no saving the poor man now. I'm going to stab him in the side, you know, just to get into the fun.
Go for
You
it.
got this.
So I've got a 12. I don't know how that does.
Oh.
That's just what you need to hit.
Ah,
I think
I
the
just
strike.
dogger from Xenocobia
Nick
is now
him.
in the background of Alpha. I'm just saying. It's the same dog teleporting.
Okay, and I give him a 9.
That's true. Dogaporting and cataporting all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go up with a clear dance towards him, and you get him right in the side, and you skewer him all the way through,
Ugh.
and he falls off of your rapier and off of the axe onto the ground.
Well, that's one down.
Well done, old boy.
Oh,
Good
same to
job.
you, you know. Your axe first. I'm quite
You're
impressed. by that.
fantastic.
My axe, your rapier. What a
You know-
pair we make.
Oh, my
You're
goodness.
fantastic.
I think we're a great team of humans, you know.
Do you not? Wait, we're not.
Shall we
all-
break into song? Do we have time for a song?
No, we have no song.
Oh,
No
You have
song.
time for one phrase of the song.
Oh my god.
Greyhide's axe got him in the ass.
And
Not
it's
technically
this
accurate.
rapier. Got him quite... Snapier?
Rapey.
There's nothing rhymes with rapier. Other than
No,
rapey. And we're not going there.
call it a
That's
sword
not-
if you want.
At all, what we should be going for? No, not at all.
That's
not
the
with
song.
drivers.
So,
it's on
yeah, so
Spotify.
he's dead.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dead. You still have a bit of movement if you want to move somewhere.
I am going to move just into the door,
Okay.
past Alpha, so that I'm sort of along the wall to her left. Sort of, not exactly between her and the Dragar, but sort of along the wall towards the Dragar, but not quite in its, you know,
Okay.
I don't want to be in its hammer swing zone. Yeah.
Okay, so you're not going to engage in melee.
DHSZ, as we say.
Crapier, that's right. Crapier. Rena. She's phenomenal.
Crapier.
Crepier.
Someone who makes crepes. A crepier
I guess
rhymes with
we could
rapier.
wrap
Oh! I read
Oh,
it
Fish
visit
would
Crepier.
make crepes.
I know a wonderful crepier in Waterdeep.
Really?
Strawberry jam. Yes, he's a wonderful crepier. Anyway.
Oh, that was a lot to happen in one turn.
Yeah, Crapers.
Yes.
The Draugr is going to look at the two people who are in range right now,
Oh no.
which
Yes.
are three people: it's Xenocobia, Alpha, and Fitz.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he doesn't have any reason to pick one of you over the other, so he's going to pick the middle one, Alpha. He's gonna come up to Alpha and take a big swing with his hammer.
Oh no.
Alright, can I dodge this or?
He has to get over your armor class to hit. I was just looking for okay. He got a 20 on his first hit, and he only gets one hit. But
Phenomenal.
I'll hit.
this
I'm
is gonna
armor
hurt.
class is 15.
I'm sorry beforehand.
Oh.
Alpha, no.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, Alpha.
Uh,
My last spell on you. Just to heal.
he comes up to you, and he does a big backswing, bringing his axe around. And you realize there's little spikes on the head of the axe, and he swings over and hits you straight in the chest with full force. It actually lifts Alpha up in the air. Alpha hits the door frame of the door and falls down prone on the ground, taking 13 points of damage,
Whoa!
bludgeoning damage.
That kills me.
I'm not
I
going to
guess.
say that's karma for attacking our feathered friend, but
Oh god!
That's what
karma.
That killed. That basically
It
kills.
doesn't kill you. It completely knocks you out though. You're unconscious.
Knocks me out. Okay.
I might
Oh,
have,
that's not good.
I
Can
might
I
have
give
to
my
lay
spell
on.
a favor?
Basically,
I have a healing spell, too.
No more hit points.
I've got healing spells.
You're at 0 hit points. In D&D, in
I-
order to kill someone straight out, you actually have to do double their hit
No.
points.
He's got
So, so he just knocked you out
That's-
basically.
That's a lot of damage.
And you-
Alpha!
Got you, Alpha. If
Fire you out.
And the Draugr goes, "That's 1
Yes.
for me and 0 for you."
oh
Ooh.
oh,
Quite creepy.
His arithmetic
quick
is off.
time.
We've already killed one of his.
does he want to play? It's
The-
super dagger.
The human with tattoos on his head says, "I'm dead," bleh, and doesn't do anything.
Excellent.
I'm glad
It is. Greyhide,
No.
it's back to you. You're on the other side of the door. You saw Alpha get hit up against the top of the door frame and fling into the room a bit where you are.
I am going to rush headlong into battle and attack the Draugr with my axe.
I just realized
Oh,
something
Greyhide,
before that
go.
happens.
Uh-oh.
Greyhide, roll a perception. Ooh.
Good rolls
Um,
today.
Amalia, explain to Greyhide what he sees.
You mean about me?
Yep. You revert to you. Something happens
yeah,
when you.
But nobody else sees me, right? Or
Shall they
like,
plug
that's-
their ears?
I guess everybody would, or at
Go
that
for it.
point.
We'll explain it. We'll explain it later, but we'll say
Okay,
we'll say for now that Greyhide, you see that she looks
Yeah,
slightly different than she did before, but
Yeah.
we can leave it at that and explain it in
Smells.
chats later until everybody knows.
Okay.
Okay.
Indeed.
Interesting.
Very puzzling.
Very interesting.
But you do know you can tell by the clothes that it is definitely
It's
Alpha.
still her. So I'll be like, huh? But then I still turn my attention to, because there's a very vital threat. So I am concerned about you, Alpha, and I will heal you when I have a chance. But there is a clear and present threat, so I need to go headlong into danger.
We're honoring
There is
Glory,
a
right?
thing. I'm gonna private message you about something.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if I'm wrong on something, then definitely want to know.
Let me see. I'll go check my messages. On Pinterest, right? You're gonna message me on Pinterest?
On Pinterest.
That's a
But
Pinterest. 'Cause
also-
I just,
Let me go.
not Pinterest.
Okay. Oh, did I miss that a while ago? I guess I did.
So should I roll to attack, or should I wait until I get them? Let me see the message. What I'm
No,
doing.
you can go. This
Okay,
won't
I
affect
shall-
anything you're doing.
All right, I shall, with my axe, roll to hit. Huzzah! Another wonderful roll.
Huh?
Nice.
Oh.
Anyway, DM, I leave that in your hands, and I'll go with whatever we decide. But that's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Read what I said in the chat real quick. Okay, so
Okay, chat.
hand axe. Oh, okay, yeah, that definitely hits the Draugr.
Okay,
Yes.
Where
so
do-
I can't see anything in the.
It's under
which-
saves, Constitution.
Okay.
We have plenty of time for this to happen, so take your time finding it.
do
so
I,
do I
roll
roll
a
for damage now
Constitution?
with the hand axe?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Roll
Roll the
some
damage.
damage.
That was
That's
yes
a
to both of you.
marvelous one.
An 8.
Oh, I
Look at
roll
that 60.
Constitution. Alpha.
Yeah. Alpha. Sorry. Yeah. Let's see.
Not great.
Okay. Hand axe doing 8 damage to the Draugr. Your hand axe goes up, bypassing its armor, and it gets him right square where the kidneys would be, and it's lodged in him. And he flexes it, and you realize it's gotten through and doing damage, but it didn't get to the vitals yet, and he's still up.
Oof. 8 damage, and he's barely. Oh God.
Almost feels like it's-
Why won't you die, foul beast?
What's the Nakobe gonna do?
Well, I'm going to, first of all, I feel like I should heal her. I have it as my last spell. I feel like she rolls a lot higher when it comes to damage and perception. So I feel like we need her at the moment.
You know, she's a really great team member. I think you should definitely save her.
I really do think so. So, especially in this instance, I'm going to go ahead and cure your wounds, or try. I make no promises. I've been off tonight. Ever since I come into this bloody town, it's been mayhem.
Well,
Well, it's not like I'm healing you from.
Okay, sure. So you're gonna do the heal, and so you cast it. And when you go up, you see Alpha on the ground, and those eyes that are slightly yellow seem a bit more yellow. The face looks slightly different than what you remember, but it's still mostly Alpha. But something definitely seems off. Like some few facial features shifted slightly.
Very curious.
But you wake up, Alpha, and immediately your form, you look like Alpha again. It's like once you cure, it's almost like you fix whatever the problem was.
I've read about it somewhere.
Fascinating.
Absolutely fascinating.
Kind of stare for a moment.
You're right.
Maybe she is.
Alpha.
And then that's Zinakobi. That was nice. You healed.
Thank you for that.
Alpha says thanks.
Really?
And it's actually Alpha's turn.
Am I crazy, Greyhide?
So now I came to what's going on.
With Greyhide's passive perception, he probably let's take that back. He probably wouldn't have noticed a slight change like that. He's not the most observant, especially in battle.
He's pretty.
I do one of those.
So right now,
I'm gonna
only
go back to
only
battle.
Zinakobi has any idea that something's a little off. That seemed to have gone away once you cured her.
Curious and curiouser.
So Alpha,
So I come to what am I noticing?
you're on the ground.
Yeah.
You realize you're kind of shaking your head. You're like face on looking to the side. It takes half your movement to get back up if you want, or you can simply just roll over and shoot from the ground as well. You'd have a clear view in the doorway, looking through the doorway, or anything else you might
I'm
want
gonna
to
do
do.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take a shot.
Are you gonna get up, or are you just gonna stay on the ground when you shoot?
No, stay on the ground, take a shot right there.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm going to say, Alpha,
So
thank
that's-
God you're back with us.
Yeah, but I'm still a bit zonked from. I haven't come to.
Yeah. You're shaking your
Wait,
head.
yeah.
The arrow goes wide.
I don't know.
Greyhide have enough time to say
Yeah.
there.
I haven't.
Why not?
Yeah,
I haven't come
There.
to quite
You know what's funny?
fully.
Is turns are actually only supposed to be 6 seconds in D&D, but it's way more fun to let it be cinematic speeches.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alrighty, then Fitz.
Well, I believe I still have my rapier in my hand with the blood of the bold man still upon it. So I'm going to delicately dance within range of this giant Durga, slide my rapier just on the side of his large hammer, and stab him.
Nice.
Interesting strategy.
Brilliant.
Thank you. I thought that would be
Going in from the side. You're actually trying to flank him, it sounds like, right?
am I allowed to?
Yeah, you'll get a +2 to your attack if you flank.
Then I flank him. I flank the shit out of him.
So
And
you
I
actually
roll
got
a
a 12.
3, but plus 7, 12. Yes, is that... Do I
That's-
miss?
You shanked him. You didn't.
You
flank
go
him.
in, and haha, and your rapier doesn't penetrate through his armor. It does the and then springs back out.
Boing.
That's useless.
You immediately go for your dagger, and you realize, oh, the dagger's not there.
Do I still not have... No.
You threw it a second time.
Oh, God. I feel
Yes.
useless. Well,
That
okay.
your rapier.
What about a hard
I'm-
slap?
You can't offhand attack with your offhand. It'll do 1 damage if you hit.
Do you know, suddenly something very strange happens, and, you see my eyes sort of go out of focus, and I don't know if anyone else can hear it, but there's this beautiful, very sad song, and I look around and all I see is stars and the night sky, and suddenly my rapier starts to gleam, and the black and the little starlights on it move
Oh.
around, and and as if I'm not even doing anything, but this beautiful woman's voice, and I start to cry, and my rapier just hones in on this Durgar, and the Hexblade's curse is cast, and suddenly it's like the dwarf and I are in a deadly dance, but I barely even notice because I'm crying, because his voice is inside my head, but my sword is doing things. And I cast Hexblade's curse.
And you see some type of energy apparate from his sword and combine with the Draugr. And,
That was
and
beautiful.
it kind of combines him and the Draugr together in that way.
My.
This is
Been
incredible.
holding back on us.
What is that?
It's Jeffrey. That's magnificent.
I don't know what's happening. I swear I don't know what I'm doing, but it's beautiful. Can you hear her? Does anyone else hear her voice?
No one.
No
else.
one hears.
Yeah, it's just me? Okay. That's good. Totally normal.
The Draugr, seeing this thing happening with your sword and the sword brightening up, turns to you, looking somewhat concerned, but says, well, let's take out this pretty boy. I don't know what you're doing, but you're about to be lights out. And he takes a swing at you.
Oh no.
Oh, I rolled it so far away. That's an 18 to hit.
Oh my.
It's a what?
18 total to hit. What's your AC?
16.
Nice. So it'll hit.
But-
Again, I
but-
apologize for this.
Holding out on us.
Wait. So I have this thing called shield spell that is an invisible barrier of magical
Yes,
force.
you wanna use
appears
it?
and protects you. Yes.
Describe
this
what
goddess
happens.
is in my head.
And let me tell you real
Shield.
quick, before
This
you do that, the shield spell itself is like an arcane barrier. So just so you know how it works. So yeah, you can describe what is seen.
Yes, the woman's voice continues in my head, and as this massive hammer slams down towards me, suddenly that my blade is dancing, and I'm dancing, and it's like the hammer is going in slow motion, and the magic of this woman's voice just flows me around it, and then the hammer's past me, and I'm looking at it, and I'm crying because I'm in love with this beautiful voice, but I'm also not hurt, and I don't know why. And I'm
That
staring.
happens.
Yes.
That's one way to attack a Draugr.
That is one way. That's the best
Yeah.
way.
I mean, I could have done that on my turn, I think, but I just swung my axe.
That? He has this whole entire.
Yeah.
Imagine
No, it's
doing-
good. I'm not judging it, saying it's better or worse. It's just one way. It's
Oh, very hard. You'd
And you
come out with
realize
axe, wouldn't you?
what seemed to have been
Jealous.
more like just stabby and stuff is now turning much more into a dance with what he's doing and stuff.
Oh my. Dance fight.
Anyways, that was the Draugr's wasted turn. Kinku. No, that's the dead guy with the... Okay, back up to Greyhide.
Okay, and Rainier is not around, is he? I forgot.
No.
He's still fighting off the... Okay, if it's back to Greyhide, I'm, So I'm going to... And, Alpha is awake now. I'm just going to, I'm going to try and attack maybe one of the legs. Or if there's a vulnerable spot on one of the knees, I'm going to try and, with all my might, do an axe swing and hit a vulnerable spot on one of his legs and just try and take him off his feet.
Nice.
See if that
Go
works.
for it.
All right. Let's
Go.
fell this mighty creature.
That's
Let's
how
cut him down to size.
Tyrion attacks. That's your initiative, by the way. It's the wrong one. You want to roll your hand axe?
I shall roll again because that was the initiative roll.
Hmm.
Sorry, I practiced. This
initiative.
is a roll to hit.
It was a practice roll.
Sounds okay.
Ooh. That's actually just what you need to hit. He puts up his shield down to block it, and your axe is just enough of the angle to hit the shield away and continues on into his knee. Roll damage.
Huzzah!
Beautiful.
Huzzah.
Down you go, you big lug.
Ooh. It bust his knee, and you realize it probably broke something there, and he screams out, "Arrgh!" But he's still leaning on one foot, ready to attack again.
Okay.
Nice hit.
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm not gonna. If I run, he'll probably get a free shot at me.
Yep.
And I don't have another attack, so
you're good.
I'm gonna say something cool.
Oh no.
He's wounded. Let's take him down, team. That's pretty cool, right?
It's better than Mirmos.
Yeah.
Zinakobi. What's Zinakobi gonna do?
Wow, she's gonna first cry. Just kidding. All right. But I feel like I want to use an attack. Can I use my short sword?
You can. You're not quite as proficient with your sword as spells, but there's no reason you can't use it.
I'm going to try with my short sword.
Sure. So you run up to it.
That's
And
pretty good for what I've been rolling.
You definitely hit with your short sword. Roll damage.
Damage.
How does Zinakobi take this thing down with a short sword?
So, first of all, there's a whole process. You see, I don't know, because it's dumb luck. I'm not proficient with this sword. What I do is I kind of copy, what Fitzy was doing. I look into the light, but no one sings for me. So when I look at my sword, it doesn't glow either. So I'm just kind of like pretending, and then I kind of just out of fear, and then kind of like stab it a little bit as it was. Hopefully I made some bit of a difference.
Do you want to roll a performance to see how well you're able to kind of copy what's going on with Fitz?
Oh, absolutely.
I want to see that too.
One moment.
Aim for the eyes.
Aim for the eyes.
Says Red Velvet.
Red Velvet. Alright, sweet performance. Alright. Yes, so I'm looking into the light. There's no music for me. Waiting for the voice. Pretending I hear something. Then I look around. No one's looking at me.
I'm looking at you.
The Draugr's pretty hurt. And when you do that stab, the knee gives out. And it starts to fall on top of you with its large form. And as you dance out of the way with your 17 performance, it takes your short sword with it. And as it falls, it just skewers itself onto the short sword on the ground. As you spin away.
But technically, I didn't kill it. It killed himself.
No, I think we can put that as yours.
Thank you. It was the voices. They helped.
Wow, I feel a little attacked right now.
Are you down hit points at all? Is Fitz down hit points at all?
Oh, what did that, the one little arrow that just glancing blowed me with the goblins in the circle thing?
I don't know if we did anything.
So if you look at Hexblade's curse, it actually heals you some amount. I don't remember how much. When the thing dies that had the curse on it.
Ah, well, perfect. Yep, that puts me back up. Oh my god, as you kill this, as this Durga front, I feel very cheerful and upbeat, and my energy levels are up, I'm in a good mood. Wow, that's fantastic. This magic thing.
I don't think you ever pulled the arrow out, so we'll say the arrow is still there, because, it keeps the wound closed. And as it dies, you see that energy go towards Fitz, and the arrow just kind of falls out of his skin and scatters onto the ground on its own. And you can feel there that there's no wound.
Wow.
Well,
that's a bit unfair.
It was quite an interesting turn there, Fitz.
It's a little bit unfair.
I'll be honest, I'm quite confused. I wasn't expecting any of this. I didn't know that would happen. I knew I was good at stabbing things, but that was about it. I had the strangest dream. I'll tell you about it later. So I'm going to, feel like there's a tension on me and I'm very awkward, and I change the subject and I say, let's look around the room. Is there anything that we can steal? Is there anything we can pilfer? Is there any information?
So
While
this
the
room
pillaging
has...
occurs, can I go over to Bertie McBurderson and try and heal him?
He's unconscious and stabilized. If you heal him, he'll become conscious, but you certainly can.
Oh, does Zinakobi still have an arrow in his sternum?
No.
We don't need him conscious. He's stabilized. He's not dead. He's out of the way, guys. Like, we have other things to focus on. Forget the bird.
Okay. If he's stabilized, he'll probably live. Well,
Are you going to leave him there?
I took out my arrow a long time ago, and I've been suffering through this.
I shall leave him there, and then yes.
Just saying.
Around the room.
I'm impressed by your suffering.
And I looked after you, and I at least tried. I tried to copy you.
It was beautiful. Your stepping was almost perfect.
Please tell me where you hear the voices from, though, because I really couldn't find them in the moonlight.
Well, they were sort of in my head, They were sort of around the room. They were sort of...
No.
It's like I was barely there, It's
Right.
like I was back in, the stream I had. Yes, well, I roll a perception check to look around the room and awkwardly change the subject.
You can go ahead and roll. Without even having to roll a perception check, you'll see, like I said before, the room has 2 doors leading out.
Wait,
One of them's barricaded.
I just rolled a 1 on perception, so...
Never mind. Just
I look
describe
around
what
and
Fitz
I
is
see-
doing. Yeah.
We're in a
Apparently
room.
you're still hearing the voices in your head.
Yes, apparently. What? We're in a room. Sorry, yeah, can we look around?
I'll
Can
roll
someone
a
else
perception.
look
Quite
around?
perceptive.
I'll do one, yeah.
There's a ceiling.
Either way,
I
you
like
see
ceilings.
in the room there's a barricaded door and an unbarricaded door. You can go up to the barricaded door and listen with that roll, and you'll hear a slight, like a weird, like undulating liquid type thing, like behind the door.
Some gelatinous ooze of some
Oh
kind.
my god. It's gelatinous cube, won't we die?
Undulating.
You see a gray pseudopod, which is like a little tentacle like thing come out from under the door, and it looks like
no.
gray ooze, and it tries to swipe at your feet, but you can't quite get far enough to hit you.
Gah! Is my response.
What kind of a creature is this?
Some sort of tentacle. A fake leg, a pseudo pod of sorts.
Very perceptive.
Yes.
Well, I'm so on board with not visiting this grey sludge thing.
Ghost.
Shall we go to the unbarricaded door? I'm not too interested in the old fake leg room over there.
I mean,
We should.
Just
I
a
was
quick,
gonna-
sorry, technical question. What are my hit point status at this point? Like what?
You have
like,
8 hit points.
unconscious? Okay, thanks.
Because
That's how much the heal did, I think, if I were looking at
Oh.
it.
Okay, thank you.
Paladin, Greyhide, can you not give her some sort of holy god magic-like healing bullshit?
I have lay on hands that I can basically do once per adventure. It takes I'd have to sleep overnight to bring it back. I like to save that for combat. But if you like, I can use it now if nobody else has a healing thing. What do you say?
Okay. I have 8 hit points. I
Okay.
can-
Well, we'll hold off for now because it might
Yeah.
be helpful in battle at some point because I can only use it once.
It wouldn't be really convenient if you had to go take a nap and
are we going
Yeah.
to discover what's behind the door?
Let's tie up the bird. Just, I don't want
Agreed.
to... Yeah, good.
Okay, who's gonna tie up the bird? Whoever is, roll a survival check.
That should probably be Alpha.
yeah.
I will
I'll
go
do
ahead
that.
and tie the bed up. One moment. Survival. Oh, this is going to be terrible.
Ooh, 11.
Yes.
Okay, so
think
you
I'll-
both go over there and you try to help each other tie it up. You did a decent job.
Okay.
Right.
This
I mean,
time.
it's barely conscious. I rolled a 17.
It's wings and
Can I
feathers,
go
and it
there and
stays
help them?
stuck and it pokes, and I just was unconscious for a little bit. Okay, give me a break.
They're still coming
Fine.
too.
Where is Raina?
What's about?
Oh, eventually Raynor catches up and he's like, I took out that last goblin also, and he takes out a dagger and flips it and holds it by the blade and says, Fitz, I believe you left this in the water.
Oh, what a nice guy! Isn't that wonderful? That's
What a
wonderful.
gentleman. Thank you,
Oh,
thank you.
gentlemen! What took you so long? Why were you in the back?
You
Why
know,
did
it's
you
not
do
easy
that?
to find a small dagger in sewage. Not to mention the constitution I must build up to stick my hand in to grab it.
Oh, I
That seems very
appreciate your
reasonable,
sacrifice, Raina. You
Why
are
is it like
regal.
this?
You are
I think
altruistic.
he was gone the appropriate amount of time to retrieve that dagger, folks. Let's not
He was waiting for us to die.
second guess our good friend Rainier.
I mean, someone else can roll an insight check on him
Good
if I want.
friend.
I
I'm
would
just
like
so
to.
happy.
I will
Alright.
not, because
Good
I
friend.
trust Rainier.
Just to be
What
clear,
took you so
it
long?
wasn't that long per se. It was about 5 minutes.
I mean, could have used your help.
Exactly.
If he had rushed, maybe he could have gotten here and helped.
Can I use my turn to do
Oh.
3 cheers for Rainer? Hip hip!
Yes.
Hooray!
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 Hip hip! Hooray!
Hooray!
That was 3 for Rainier.
That was 3. I counted them.
The humans.
What? We're cheerful.
He says,
Also,
"You are too kind."
So is that little thing still slithering under the door? The lock door?
Yeah. If someone gets close, it'll kind of slither under and try to whack at someone.
Fitz, do we have time for a round of for He's a Jolly Good Fellow, or is that too much?
No. Oh my
Do we want to go through the open door, the unlocked door?
Fine, we'll go through the open door.
Alrighty.
Is
Then
Alpha leading?
4! Never mind.
Okay,
I'm not going to break
here we
into song.
go. I should probably... Is it lit, or do I need to light another torch?
it is not lit, but you still have dancing lights up.
Oh yes, we still have those pretty lights.
I've got another question.
Okay,
Is
so...
anybody hungry?
I am.
Like in real life or
in
in the
real
game?
world. In real life.
I am in
I'm
real
like-
life.
I'm totally going to be
No,
having
I mean,
ramen
right.
soup after this.
In the
But,
game, is everyone's character like?
What about
okay?
craft?
oh, I have no idea.
Because if we walk
Oh,
into the next
craft
room,
dinner. I forgot. I meant to buy a box, actually. I forgot.
All right.
Craft.
They should be sponsoring us, Craft Dinner.
They
That's
really
true.
should sponsor
But in the
us.
game, I'm not hungry at all.
Craft. I know you're one of the 2 million people watching us. You should sponsor us,
Yeah.
and also with your Parmesan cheese.
Yes, absolutely. I grate Parmesan
Mm.
cheese on top
no,
of
no,
CD.
no.
We all know
But I'm having
how
ramen
Greyhound
soup
feels
after
about,
this. So.
You have a strange relationship with cheese, Greyhide.
Okay, so before we go through the door, we're taking a little
Delicious
food break.
relationship.
Yeah, we could take a break here. It's actually almost 10. If you'd like, we can go to this next scene
Oh.
where it starts, and then we can just stop right there.
Yes, let's do that.
Sure.
All right.
Can I help?
Can you wait like 5 more minutes?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Okay. So you go through this door, and it turns about. Eventually, it heads down a corridor where you start seeing stairs going up.
Are we under the other tunnel?
Yeah, that's actually the stream of sewage, and you can hear it running past as you go under it.
Guys, there's stairs. Be careful.
Yeah.
Oh god, stairs. Do I
You can
have to
see
go?
that it opens out into a bigger room.
Be careful.
My nemesis.
I don't
I
feel
was
like I
fine.
want to the stairs today. I'd rather take another arrow from the north.
What are you guys gonna do when you see those stairs and it opens into a bigger room? Are you just gonna walk forward? Do you want stealth, or what's
Yes.
the game?
Well, if
Let's
we
go
had
ahead
our
and sell
chicken, we could send him down, but oh no.
Next
I
up,
mean,
stealth. I'm gonna go in for us. I'm going in first, stealth.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and stealth ahead. Okay, roll
Yes.
the stealth.
There she goes.
I also want to roll stealth.
I shall.
Okay, I've got
It's the
14.
stairs, guys. It's the stairs. I knew it.
I'll stealthy as well.
Oh my god.
Stairs is our nemesis.
The stairs.
The stairs.
Alright, so I got a
Ooh.
14, so I'm going to sneak up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, you both are going forward, and you kind of help Greyhide not be so. Alpha. You realize she stumbles a bit, still from being knocked out, probably, and you help her go forward. But as you're going up the stairs, you hear some voices, and you hear. Let's see. You hear from the back of the room. You hear a nasally voice that says,
Sorry.
"You're supposed to get Rainier, not whoever this is." And then you hear another
What?
voice say, "I'm sorry, Neolor. Give me another chance." And I'll find Rainier. This guy will lead us to him. And then the nasally voice says again, forget this guy. We will find it another way. Kill him.
You're gonna
And
kill
as
Floon.
you get close up the stairs, you can finally see into a room, and you see a half-orc in basic leather garb stepping on what seems to be Floon on the ground. His arm is flexed with fire springing up from it. He's on top of Floon with his foot, crushing down on Floon, looking angry as the flame in his hand sparkles. Not sparkles, but flames. In the back of the room, though, you see something that you've never seen before. You see a tall figure, 7 feet tall, a shaved, bald head, but purple in color, a flat nose, and from it, you see 4 tentacles coming where his mouth would be as they undulate slowly in different ways. You see his skin is mucousy moist, his eyes red, and he's in a black and purple dark robe. And he has in his hands what seems to be a disembodied brain, about this big in front of him as he holds it with his arms, with 4 legs hanging down from the brain, as though it's sleeping in his arms.
Oh my god.
The brain itself has these 4 little tendrils in front of it that look like they're made of brain matter as well.
Guys.
This is...
Nope.
Oh,
sorry.
Still think it was a good idea to bring this guy?
No.
Sorry, my headset died at an awesome moment.
No worries. Oh my god. What is this? Absolute fiend of the beast.
Can I? So, guys, wait.
Well, before that,
Okay.
I was going to show you real quick.
Mm.
That's what you see.
Oh! Ooh!
And
Oh,
this
he's
is
quite fetching.
the miniature
Yeah.
for him.
He is quite fetching.
That's a nice miniature.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine that fellow can do all kinds of things with those tentacles.
Really, like what?
What are you?
And then also, in what he's holding, you see this thing in his arms.
What in the name of the gods is that?
And then you,
I think
let's
the gods
see.
have
Looks like
nothing to
that,
do
the
with
miniature. We'll see next time.
Paladin, have you ever seen anything like that?
And then you,
Only in my
the other
most
guy you
hideous
see
nightmares.
Oh my god.
is this guy standing over Floon.
What is that?
Oh, I like him. He's
Extreme.
rugged.
What is that?
Hulk
But
smash.
first,
But that's what we'll pick up next time. Yay!
Oh,
Well, that was.
I'm going.
Good,
Oh my god, what are we gonna do?
call
This is
on bringing
magnificent.
Rainier, guys.
That was amazing. That's
Yeah,
terrifying.
maybe he should stay back.
Oh my god.
Well, Rainier is the one that
Wow.
that the
Oh,
the
you mean we have
kidnappers
to
really
stop
want.
now?
Why can't we
So they're
just
going
do
to let go
Rainier?
Floon. We have to save Floon, but we still have to protect our friend Rainier.
That's true. We
Yeah,
Because they
let's
want
do
him.
What I'm saying
Rainier.
is, we should have never brought him.
Thank
He's been an
you.
excellent fighter, and he
Thank
recovered
you.
that dagger. No,
Excellent
Rainier.
fighter.
Rainier's an excellent and true,
He got
steadfast
my
friend.
dagger,
Why,
yes.
why do you think that of everyone?
And the chicken.
He's
I love
very
the chicken.
nice.
And
Don't
it's
worry,
just-
Rainer. We're not going to
Guys,
trade you in.
we're in deep. Yeah.
I feel like we should throw Rain in it, grab Floon, and run. Obviously, Rain is dirty.
Well, so many
Alpha-
of these things could happen, but we'll have to tune in
I mean,
next week.
getting
on Art of
Floon
the
back
Roll.
is what gets us money.
Exactly. Alpha knows exactly what's up.
But money isn't
I mean-
isn't our only
Uh,
motivation. We're doing this for valor and
I want
truth, and
money.
justice.
What are you talking about?
I
Money's the only reason I'm doing this.
Oh,
Since Alpha's in the front, do you want to do a quick nature check to see if your character knows what that is? Even though I saw from Amelia's face that I think you do, but let's see if Alpha does.
Alpha can do a check.
Just
Nope.
not a good day. We didn't do any kind of checks, guys. I'm still recovering from my
wait.
being passed out.
You got
Strange.
fun.
Nightmarish.
I should
Can
have
I-
waited
can
till
I
next
do one as
week
well?
to make that roll.
Oh, yeah, you're there.
What a
Mhm.
terrible.
Okay,
I'm very
I-
curious at her constitution.
Yep. Fit.
I've got a 7. Do I?
If you saw what I saw.
No, you
Those
nightmarish
figures.
figure. You've never seen that before.
I feel like
We're
it's
It looks completely unnatural to you.
never. I
I
might
He
have
looks
seen
like
it
one of the Jedi
because-
Council members. You know which one I'm talking about?
I feel
There's,
like, yeah.
Not.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, oh, I'm
yeah.
thinking Fisto. Whatever.
Are you talking about from the
Kit
Clone
Fisto.
Wars?
Doesn't
Yeah,
he
from Clone
have
Wars.
Yeah.
his
Kit
tentacles
Fisto
are on
has
his
a-
head?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but there's another one with the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
He's from he's
Oh.
on calamari. Yeah.
Yeah, the calamari
This is
race. Isn't that
Star
funny
Wars.
that their race is literally called calamari?
Yeah, named after a shrimp
Grilled
or a squid
calamari
appetizer.
involved.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I really
named
do
after
appreciate
literally calamari.
it. Not even a little bit.
Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. Please stay tuned for the next episode. Tell a friend, and if you're in the South Florida area, check out GameStop. It's really fun. If you want to go play
Absolutely.
Smash or any other type of board games or anything, he has a bunch of arcade games there too. Go check him out. He's awesome. The owner's Spencer. You can tell him that you heard it from us, and I'm sure he would love it. But thanks for watching. Bye.
So long, everybody.
Oh, I'm gonna run the ad one more time because on the
Let's do
outro.
it.
Bye.
Yummy.